Yo, 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 yo. What's up, stream? We are joined today by homie Kraken.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hadaskus, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I never know how to start these things because we just went from like talking just normally about just stupid shit to now we have to talk on stream. It's like, how do you make that transition? It's like, hey, how's it going? It's like, we've been talking for the last 20 minutes anyway.
You gotta tell people the 100% accurate card reviews, you know?
Absolutely.
We're in like a weird spot where like we're in rotation. You know, the people who test the cards on the test day, like those decks never end up being like the best decks on, you know, a couple months down the road, and it's hard to tell what's good and what's not. You know?
Yeah. I mean, they're doing theory crafting stuff right now. All the big homies are doing it. But we're gonna theory craft for them without having to play the cards. Starting with Demon Hunter. We're gonna go through all of the classes and cover all of the cards. Ideally, the reason that I didn't want to do this as like the cards got released is because like you would look at a card like, for example, this guy, right? The Death Speaker, and you'd be like, well, this card's good as long as there's Death Rattle stuff. And that's really all you can do with this, right? Is just hope that there's Death Rattle synergy and then this guy gets better, right? But now that we have all of the cards to look at, you can kind of come to a better conclusion about cards when you have all of them like together. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, because when they're just spoiling cards, I kind of like take it with a grain of salt because we don't know what's coming, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's like impossible to call this guy good or amazing or bad when you don't know that there are other Demon Hunter Death Rattle cards like this guy.
We might have to keep waiting. We'll see about the Death Rattle. We might have to keep waiting for this.
Is there really nothing? I haven't even looked at. There's like 70% of the set that I literally haven't seen. Like I wasn't keeping up with any of these cards at all. So like this card, I have no idea what it does. I haven't even read it yet. Like I was just pulling up the cards.
DH is going to be a thing, but just what I skimmed over earlier and like looked through like Hearthstone's like card library and stuff, it's like we might the package, like the actual like draw package of the Death Rattles and stuff looks like really good, but like there's like no like very good Death Rattles to get off it, which is weird.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll just have to like, maybe there'll be some good neutrals or the mini set will bring them. But for those of you who are watching on YouTube, again, this is FlyingKraken. He is a wonderful, wonderful Druid player. I would say that's your main class, right?
Yeah, that is my main class.
And he's a top 250 legend player, most of the time top 100, so he's far superior to me. And cool. That's why he's joining us today, is to have a higher level look at some of these cards and to lay into me when I'm wrong.
I don't know. Honestly, I love card reviews, but I like try to just like, I think it's okay just to like get, you know, spout your opinion about cards, because half of the time, you know, like 90% of them end up being wrong.
You're wrong.
No matter who you are, right? Because nobody knows, especially rotations. Rotations come and like I don't even know what cards are staying and going, honestly, to be honest. But so I just kind of look at the cards based on what they are by themselves. I don't know.
Yeah. Like if the power level of the card is good on its own, then it'll be good. So looking at chat real quick. Yo, what up, Randy? What up, Standard Model? Yo, I emailed you back Standard Model right before we got started, and I think Mackie D, you just got shot by the bot. So maybe don't post links, bro. I know you didn't actually post a link. You just posted, hey, what's up, and accidentally shot you. Sometimes it gets a little crazy. The bot just every once in a while needs to, needs to pull out the revolver and take a hit. Dude, the bot sometimes just goes in, dude. So Razor Boar, 2-mana 2/2 beast, Death Rattle. Summon a Death Rattle minion that costs 3 or less from your hand.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
That seems fine. I mean, I don't know if there's anything too crazy about it, but I mean, if you got the, you know, all falls back to if you got the Death Rattles, it works pretty well, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I haven't seen all the Death Rattles yet, right? So maybe there's something good in there, but I mean, it just seems like you'd play this in the deck, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, the Demon Hunter's got enough draw to make this work, because these kind of effects require you to, you know, to keep drawing those Death Rattle minions. And you know, Demon Hunter does have the draw for it all, so it's definitely seems like, you know, not like a crazy card, but like a card that probably plays a part in the Death Rattle deck.
it'd be substantially better if it pulled it from the deck. But the fact that it pulls it from your hand
yeah.
makes it like not like if it pulled it from the deck, this card would be amazing. Pulls it from the hand, it's like, okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I could definitely, yeah, it's just it doesn't seem like that special of a card, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of the, a singular death rattle synergy cards that may or may not see play based on the 3-drops.
Yeah.
Vile Call. 3 mana. Summon 2/2/2 demons with life steal. So this is a 3 mana 4/4 with life steal. But it's
split over
tokeny.
2 bodies. Yeah. Very tokeny. This token will still have a thing to keep going.
Apparently, demon hunters get OTK packages, soul shard packages, token packages, death rattle packages.
They get everything. What do you think about this card, though? Like,
it's good. I don't see why it would be bad, because on turn 3, like, what do demon like if you're playing a mid-range demon hunter, like a token demon hunter or an all spell demon hunter, what is there to do on 3? Like, what?
Right,
That's
like
kind of an awkward turn, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit higher than on this card. Then I don't think the card's like amazing or anything, but I don't think the card's bad at all. Because I think if you like in the past, like Druid played the 3 mana to make 2/2 Trents, right? Like this is the same card just with lifesteal and their demons.
Yeah, it's just better. Well, I mean, they don't have the Treant tag, but they have the demon tag.
Still demons, yeah, demon tag. So if that could play a part, then it could be a good curve out, right?
Yeah, I think this is just a solid card. Even if you just like make it, like just spell wise, it's just getting 2/2. Like you're getting 4/4 in stats, and they have lifesteal. Good against any aggro deck. Good pressure. Good for token druid. Good on curve. I don't see like how this card can be seen as like bad. It's not like the greatest, but it's a good card. Mackie D with the prime. Thank you for the 15, homie. Appreciate it. Oh, flurry. All right, we got our rank card here. Cool. 1 mana. Give your hero +2 attack this turn. Upgrades when you have 5 mana. So Demon Hunter is losing Twin Slice, right?
Yeah, this is like nerf Twin Slice kind of.
Yes. So as it upgrades, the second version at 5 mana does +3, and then at 10 mana, it gives +4.
Yeah, so far, really nerf Twin Slice, but it probably still sees play at some point, right? Because they need damage.
Yeah, it's a 1 mana deal 3 and then turns into a 1 mana deal 4. I don't see how this card is bad at all. I think this card seems good.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just think that a lot of people are going to compare it to Twin Slice and say it's a lot worse, but Twin Slice was just kind of a really busted card, almost.
I mean, at 10 mana, it is Twin Slice, right? Because it's actually better than Twin Slice. At 10.
Right. Yeah. At 10 mana is better than Twin Slice. So maybe in the late game you get to it and you save a mana, and that 1 mana you save may let you do something else, extra hero power or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of Sun Rider, how you could do like flurry, inner demon, right? Because it would be 1/1/1, and then that would be 8, and the inner demon would be 8. So we're at 16. And then I don't know. I ran out of stuff. We need to give the Demon Hunter Wind Fury. 32 damage right there. Woo.
Oh no. Give him Wind Fury. They're just gonna have everything now.
Yeah, Wind Fury, and then they already got Lifesteal, and then we just need to give them Highlander cards, and then we need to give them Freezing cards, and then we need to give them
Give them
they already have
cards.
cheap AoE. They already have draw.
Yeah. Give them ramp, maybe.
Yeah. Let's give them a ramp. Very good. And then let's give them like a weapon, like maybe a 5 mana 5/5 weapon. Summon 2 5/5 demons with life, rush, or lifesteal, rush, divine shield, taunt, Wind Fury. That'd be good.
Oh my goodness. Chat's talking about Netherodamus, but I think Netherodamus like rotates, right?
Yeah, I don't think the Damus stays with us.
Unfortunately, I like that card
if it does, then cool. But I don't think it does.
Yeah. But Test Piercer?
1 mana, 1/2, Death Rattle, draw a Death Rattle minion. They are really hammering out this this stuff, Death Rattle stuff.
I mean, this goes really well with the Razor Boar we talked about earlier because you can play it on 1, hit for 1 on 1, turn 2 play the Razor Boar.
Yeah.
Hit second,
Finish this
Death
off.
Rattle, get your Death Rattle. I mean, seems like I have no problem with the Death Rattle package. I don't know what the deck's doing.
It's just kind of doing like stuff. So this is a 1 mana, deal 2, draw a Death Rattle. I mean, if you break it down like that, it seems good. It seems like it would be an absolute staple in the deck.
I think this is another solid weapon for the like Death Rattle, or for Demon Hunter in general. They have a bunch of really good weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing too fancy with this card. It's just solid, I guess, you know.
I'm trying to figure, are these like bone warglaives? Like,
I guess so. It almost looks like a little bone katana almost.
yeah.
Not katana, but not like shuriken, like a shuriken. Like maybe they'll be throwing stuff at people. I don't know.
And then this guy, we talked about him on the podcast a little bit. And basically, if you're summoning like 5 or 4 mana Death Rattle, tusks are made of bone. No, tusks are made of tusks. Yeah.
Aren't tusks like made out of the same thing that your fingernails are made out of? Like
it's some special fucking cosmic blend.
Yeah, or maybe it is, but I don't know. I'm not an animal specialist.
Cartilage. No, it's not cartilage. Is it cartilage?
No.
It could no. That's what sharks are made out of, right?
No, that's like the stuff in your nose and ear lobes, right?
I mean, those are our tusks. That's Spear. Cheats mana, plays minions. Good Death Rattle minions, good card. Bad Death Rattle minions, bad card.
The Speaker Blackthorn. This man's creepy looking. This is like the villain from the show Gargoyles or something. Like it's kind of scary.
I'm pretty sure this is the boss in the Razorfen Downs by all the skeletons, where you do the skeleton boss.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, because he's like raising the dead here, and I'm pretty sure he's the boss on top of the skeleton pile, which was like, I don't know, that's pretty fun. I mean, Razorfen Downs was a good fun dungeon. So was Crawl. So there's a lot of like these tusk homies, which is cool. So
yeah, I thought Barrens was a really cool theme for the set.
Yeah.
But this guy, it boils down, if they're the Death Rattles or they're, this card's like incredible, right? Like,
yeah. There is. No, that's not a Death Rattle. There's a 4 mana Battle Cry, deal damage to yourself, but that fits better in the wild Druid deck that pulls a taunt from your deck. That's not necessarily a Death Rattle card. I don't know. But stuff like this makes them have to, like, they have to now be careful about printing like good 5 and good 4 mana Death Rattle stuff, because then all of a sudden this guy gets like broken, right? Because like, imagine if Sledge Belcher was still in the meta. Like, this guy pulled 2 Belchers.
Like from here, like this whole package, this card itself, the whole package and everything just screams like, all right, for the next year and a half or however long we have this card, we have to look at every single Death Rattle that costs 5 or less. Like, this is for the Demon Hunter, you know. I mean, if it gets really annoying if they print like a Death Rattle taunt or something, you know, or something that's very, very annoying to get through. Yeah.
Plus now, if you ever like randomly, like, so the Plague Proto Drake has another bad 7-drop that it can pull because of this. So whenever I see like a pretty decently statted minion, I always assume that like any sort of randomly generated effect. So like when we have like 5 mana 1/1s, like Bear Off gets worse, right? When we have 7 mana cards, Plague Proto Drake gets worse, and things of that nature. Like, you Conjurer's calling a 7-drop, and now you can get a 3/6, which doesn't feel very good.
Oh, that's really cool on Wild. Fugan and Stalag. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So exactly, like combos like that, WG and Wild, that guy seems like it'd be pretty cool, because you just have a pool of like such a very powerful like 4 and 5 mana Death Rattles that have been printed over the years of Hearthstone. and which makes him so like now they have to like make sure they don't print too many crazy stuffs for him because it'd be, you know, bad. This card, oh, I love the artwork on this card. The Vengeful Spirit, the 4-mana 4/4, so stats fairly decent. Outcast, draw 2 Death Rattle minions.
Yeah, I mean 4-mana 4/4 draw 2 is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it doesn't have like 4-mana 5/4 in stats. I hate shit like that because it's like, how do you, like, if you're gonna draw 2 cards, there needs to be like a stat line badness to it, right? You can't just have a great statted card and a great ability, because then how do you, like, why would you not? There's no downside.
That's when you start like circling the card as maybe this card was a little bit over pushed.
Like, yeah.
I mean, this card's like solid. The Outcast can be annoying, I guess, but so is every Outcast card, I guess. But yeah, I mean, draw 2 is really, really good. Helps your engine continue.
Yeah. I mean, it's, if you're playing a Death Rattle deck, you play Vengeful Spirit.
It seems kind of interesting with the Death Rattle package how you're going to have to balance drawing a bunch of, like, a lot of these cards draw the Death Rattles, and then you have a legendary that pulls them from your deck. So you have to, like, I guess, balance how many you're drawing.
I guess that is true. Yeah. Because if you're playing like 10 Death Rattle minions, right, and you just drew 2 of them with Spirit and 1 of them with Tusk Piercer, and then you have natural draws, plus you've got your early game Death Rattles, like, when you get to this guy, you may not have any Death Rattles left. But we've seen that through, you know, you play the Corsair and Warrior, right, and you draw all your weapons before you draw all your weapons before you draw Corsair. So it's like one of those, I don't even know if this guy, like, we'll see. Like, currently there's nothing in Death Rattle Demon Hunter that would make me ever play this deck and think it's good. So I feel like Soul Shard Demon Hunter is just better. You just hit your opponent in the face and then they die. There's not this requirement of needing to outcast to draw. You don't need to like make sure you don't have it in your hand. You just like put a Soul Shard in your deck and you kill your opponent.
May feel like they may feel that Soul Shard and those other variants of Demon Hunter right now are fine, and adding another really good Demon Hunter would just create another problem, like it was a couple of months ago or whenever it was. So maybe they're just like setting up for, you know, making Death Rattle DH as something later in the year, and it may not seem exciting for this current rotation, but you know, it might get there, you know.
Yeah, it just seems weird. Like Death Rattle Demon Hunter, like why Death Rattle?
From. Like yeah, I don't understand it because like even in like in WoW, like what do they do involves like they could Death
nothing.
Rattle, like
there's nothing that involves Death Rattle. You don't summon things from the dead. You don't, like, the sigils are the closest thing that I've seen so far that has to do with Demon Hunter and like how it interacts in World of Warcraft, because I played a Vengeance Demon Hunter and the new expansion. Yeah. But you put sigils on the ground, you tank, and then you would tank the enemy over top the sigil you put on the ground, and then over a short time delay, it would proc, and there would be an ability that goes along with where you position. So like, you know, depending on where you're going and stuff, the sigils are really cool, but like the Death Rattle, like I don't understand what the fuck's going on with that. What up, Wing Burrito?
And I mean, hey, that's a perfect transition into the sigils next. Those are the next 2 cards.
Yeah. So we have the Sigil of Silence. 0 mana cards. I just don't like 0 mana cards. It's a great card. I think Sigil of Silence is insane, but I hate 0 mana cards. Like, things need to cost mana.
I agree. I think this would have been fine at 1 mana. I mean, even at 2 mana, probably. I mean, the sigils are really cool.
What if it was a 2 mana at the silence all enemies, and at the start of your turn, silence all enemies again, like,
or something like that? But like the sigils seem to like kind of fix the problem with the last time they tried doing something like this was like Corrupted Mist for Warlock. But the problem with Corrupted Mist was that like you required minions to be on the board, and then you had to live a turn and not die from the minions being on the board. But both Sigil of Silence and Sigil of Flame, you don't necessarily require things to be there. You can kind of just set them up preemptively.
Yeah. So it's like version 1, version 2. The sigils are just better in all ways.
Yeah, and Sigil of Silence is kind of scary because like it can be used in aggro decks and combo DH, and you can just play it before you're going to have lethal, and then if they don't clear your board or don't kill you, you just kill them.
Yeah, it's not like they can top deck like a Kartut defender or a Zephyrus into a taunt minion. It doesn't really matter what they do. The Sigil's just gonna go boop, and they're gonna go boop.
And I don't know which one's better, honestly. I like them both. Like,
I think we'll see a lot more Sigil of Flame, to be honest, because it's a little bit, but I think the Sigil of Silence will be good in like some decks, whether it be because it's 0 mana and it cycles with Auctioneer or whatever the card may have you.
Wow.
But Sigil of Flame, I think for most cases, whether you're playing like a Soul Shard Demon Hunter, Control Demon Hunter, Big Demon Hunter, Token Demon Hunter, fucking Highlander Demon Hunter, whatever the case may be, I think this is just like for 2 mana, deal all 3. Yeah. Like, it's just too good.
I mean, in Soul DH, it's going to be like incredible because it's good at different points in the game because you can play this on 2 and it probably does almost a better job than Doomsayer ever did. And then you could play this on turn 5 or 6, 7 before they make a board, and just like it's like, oh, if you play things, I'm dealing 3. So and then like, oh, well, I'll play things that survive 3 damage. Well, here is my 4 mana 3/2. It deals 3 more damage to everything. And I clear the board again. Like it seems like you can just set this up in so many different ways to help you throughout the game.
Yes, the counter though, the big counter. As good as this card looks, we have to remember. There's a new mechanic called Frenzy. And if you play a Frenzy minion that doesn't die to this, you're gonna proc its Frenzy immediately. I don't know. I don't know what Frenzy minions are out, so I don't know which ones would be good to play into Sigil of Flame. But there's things out now that, like, depending on what we see, Sigil of Flame could be good or bad. Because they set Sigil of Flame up, and then you set something that has like a Frenzy attack your opponent's minion directly. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to clear the board, it's going to kill everything, and then the frenzied minion is going to have a direct path to your forehead. So
yeah, that's an interesting thing. We'll see going through this set is there's like a bunch of frenzy cards, but there's also a bunch of cards that deal damage to all your opponent's minions. And it's like I can't decide if they're that good or not because of frenzy itself. I guess it just depends if frenzy is good.
Yeah. I mean, most of the new interactions have been really good. I mean, looking at Twin Spell has been amazing. Spell Burst has been really good. So I can only assume Frenzy is going to be good as well. I think one of the only interactions that are abilities that was in the game that was actually the worst thing I've ever seen was what was it? Inspire, the hero power one.
Oh.
That was the only one that was just like really bad.
They really made you want to believe that the hero powering was the best thing in the world.
Well, they even, out of spite, they printed Baku and Gen out of spite just so you played Inspire, Odd, whatever, and Wild. Inspire wasn't that bad. Bro, Inspire in comparison to Spellburst, Twin Spell, or any of that shit is garbage. We've got a 3 mana 3/3 Razorfen Beast Master. He's got the Hellbores on a leash. Death Rattle. Oh my gosh. Summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand that costs 4 or less. Dude, what the heck?
So you can play the Razor Boar on 2, have this come out for free, and play another 3-drop, I guess, right? Or play it. So you can play 2 things on 3 if you have the God curve, I guess. I mean,
it just seems so all right.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's like everything flows, and it's like it's not hard to see how everything flows with this deck, or with how they want this deck to work. I just don't know how this deck is going to work if you don't give me something more than just keep summoning stuff.
I mean, it's really annoying, right? Like, I mean, if you ever did this dungeon and you fought these people, you would go after the boars, or you'd pull the boars, but then the pack leaders would come over and the pack leaders would bring more boars. I mean, these pulls were annoying as fuck, and this is annoying as fuck. You kill the boar, and what does the boar do? It pulls out the guy, and then you kill the guy, and what does the guy do? It's gonna summon another Death Rattle. So it's like,
did you hear about what Quillboars and the whole Quillboar mechanic was supposed to do with this set?
No.
It was supposed to like stack damage for quills or something, and then like it deal like a bunch of damage based on how many quills or something. And
that sounds like an awesome rogue mechanic.
It said that they tried it out for like a week and said that it was the most unfun experience of Hearthstone they've ever played in their life. So they stopped. And I was like, oh really now? I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I mean, this card's fine. I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, it is what it is.
No, but it's just like, okay, you got the Razor board. Okay, did you get the Beastmaster? Okay, you know what I mean? It's just like if you don't have it, it's bad. If you have it,
Oh
it's
dang!
good.
I drew my razor boar on 2. I had the razor fin on or I drew the razor boar on 3, and not the other card, and wrong order. Guess it don't work. Guess I lose.
Yeah. It just seems very. The best way to say it would be exceedingly linear. You have to follow this path. If not, it doesn't work right. Like it is. This is how it works. Like, and that's it.
But this is not very. This is very linear. But the next card, Curatress Ashfallen, that's a little bit more of an interesting card.
It's very circular.
Yeah, it's very circular. It can go both sides if it wants to.
Yeah. And Draco on the podcast had made a good point. The battle cry says attack the left and the right most enemies. So it attacks the left first. So obviously if you're playing against this card, you would want to make your bigger minion on the right side of your board. So the positioning matters more. And when this card's going to be around when you're playing Demon Hunter. And I think positioning should be a very important part of Hearthstone because right now it just isn't. There's very few interactions right now that require
and I will
good positioning.
say it's promoting it's promoting people to play better Hearthstone, a better game of Hearthstone. Like this card promotes positioning. The sigils kind of promote like preparation and planning ahead.
Yes.
It kind of promotes the more old school card ideals that need to be not permanent, put in the Hearthstone more than RNG and stuff like that.
Yes, there are very few discover and random cards, I think. All right, so that's it for Demon Hunter, but let's just look. If I type in the word random, we have.
How do you feel about this card though?
Oh, the cards are very good. The cards are very good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the cards are very good.
All right, so if we type in random, how many random cards do I see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6, 12, 13, 14 randoms.
And just because we're saying random doesn't mean it's the bad kind of random. A lot of these are like the good RNG, not the I produce a random card every time I do this. So
yeah.
Its own engine, stuff like that.
And then we can have and then for Discover, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Discover. That's it. So this is a very low number of Discover and random printed on cards.
I think this whole year of Hearthstone is them resetting the game. Because sometimes card games, other card games like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and all that kind of stuff, they've had moments where the game's kind of spun out of control and they've had to reset the game, but it takes time to reset a card game from being bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's Discover and it's good sometimes, and there's random and it's good sometimes, but when you're getting to a point where every single card in the Rogue deck has one of those two things printed on it, I don't think we're in a good spot. Like it needs to be a treat, right? It needs to be like a flavorful taste, not the entire meal.
Yeah, for sure. Now we get the
Ash with the 12. Thank you. And then we're gonna head on. As you can see, we've got Druid pulled up here, and I'll let you lead with the Celestial because I know you're super stoked about this guy.
I am. I'm stoked about this card. I mean, it's a 7-mana card, arcane spell. Set each player at the 0 mana crystals. Set cost of the card in all hands and decks to 1. I mean, this card has got a chance to just be busted. It really does. Because here's one thing that's kind of a really interesting interaction.
Lay it on
if you play this card and then you play Guardian Animals, all beasts in your deck are now 1 mana. So your 7-8 mana beasts that could not be hit with Guardian Animals before are now gettable by Guardian Animals.
Oh, so as long as they're beasts. Yeah, this is giving me the Luna Pocket Galaxy vibe.
Yeah, this doesn't even have to be like This doesn't even have to be Beast though. Like you can just have a Beast package in there. Clockwork Giant is in this set. Clockwork Giant will always be 0 mana when you play this card. Umbral Owl will also be 0 mana when you play this card.
Okay. I'll definitely. So, with this kind of card and this kind of deck, is this a you ramp up to play this and then it resets? Uh-oh. Kraken mentioned this could happen, chat. His internet goes out for about 10 seconds and then he comes back. I think he's getting everything to work again. He's coming back, chat. He warned me. He told me this was gonna happen, but it's okay.
Am I here? Am I back?
You're back.
Oh my
Welcome
goodness.
back.
I'm sorry about
Did
that,
your internet
guys.
do the
I'm back,
spoogies?
Yeah.
Did your network go up?
Beep boop, and it went out for 5 seconds. Oh yeah, we gotta check that right quick.
Yeah. Look at your task manager and look under network and then see if what the graph does.
Nope.
Network stayed exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very interesting. I don't know.
I'll chat with you. I mean, when we get done with this, I'll chat with you. How we can get a way to fix that, because that obviously is like the worst thing to do when streaming. It's to get disconnected.
Yeah, but this card's like very interesting because you can also just like make anything you want, and you have all the ramps, so you can like nourish, get 2 mana, still play more things, make survival 1 mana. Like it's gonna. I won't say it's gonna be a top tier deck. It may be a meme, but there's like so much potential with this card.
It's obviously better against sort of what aggro decks than it is like other control decks. So would you ramp to this card? Or is this a card that you would like Lightning Bloom, innervate, then play it, then ramp? Like what is the best case for this?
I think you just kind of ramp to it, because it sets it back to 1. And just an interesting thing about this card is that also, you know, you ramp up, you play your board. If you have a board they can't deal with, you can just play the second copy of this card and reset the mana back to 0 again. And make them like they're like sitting there like, okay, well if I survive 2 more turns, I get my answer to this board, and then you just do it again. Like, my only problem with this card when it comes to playability is that it kind of seems like one of those cards where it's either going to be hot garbage or it's going to be really broken, and there's no in between. And I don't know though. It's definitely my favorite.
Isn't there a rant like I know I'm not supposed to go here, but isn't there a neutral card that says draw the highest costing spell in your deck?
Yes, there is the elemental. It's 8 mana, draw the highest cost card in your deck. That's also a consideration for the deck. Malagos is also very good with this deck because the new Malagos will draw you spells until your hand is full, and you can just draw all your ramp, and then your opponent can be at 2 mana, and you can just like nourish Overgrowth or something, and just be at 9 mana or 7 mana while your opponent's at 2. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it has a lot of things. It's definitely gonna be the first thing we try on stream when all the cards go live. But I'm very excited to play test with this card. Yeah,
it looks like it's it'll be very interesting to see where that card lands. I think it'll be exactly that. I think it's gonna be hot garbage, or it's gonna be like basically Pocket Galaxy Mage all over again. It's gonna be one of the two.
Yeah. I don't think there's an in between.
So we have the Thick Hide Kodo, 4 mana, 3/5 Beast, Taunt, Death Rattle, gain 5 armor. Sure.
Yeah, he's a thick boy. I mean, he's gonna be really annoying. He'll see play, I assume. I actually think a lot of Druid decks, like mid-range Druid decks, may just play like him and play like the Druid rank up spell that draws a beast from your deck and reduces it by 1 as just like a package. Like they could just play the draw card, then play this on 3 instead of 4.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's like the same as the warrior card, right? The 5 mana 4/5 mech Death Rattle, gain armor to this minion's attack. Like he's just a better version of that, right?
He's just a lot better version of that card, yeah.
Like, oh god, why does that exist here? That card is actually trash, but he's just this guy's just better.
This card's a lot better though. This is a very defensive tool.
Yeah, I still don't think he's very good, but he's better than the other guy.
Yeah, I think you'll see a pretty good amount of standard play for druids, probably. It just depends on what the meta looks like, I guess.
All right. 2 mana nature spell, Thorn Growth Sentries. Summon 2 1/2 turtles with taunt. So you basically get a 2/4 for 2 mana.
We making turtles. Like, I mean, because I know people were really excited about all the token generation cards in Druid, right?
I don't know why they have taunt. I just think the other one is better, the lifesteal one.
The lifesteal one? Yeah. I mean, they're basically the same card, just one keyword difference, right?
Yeah, and I think the lifesteal is substantially better than the taunt. I don't think the taunt, I don't think this is a very good card.
Yeah, the lifesteal one rotates. So
yeah. So they just printed another one that does.
It.
Yeah, it's just that card's replaced.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing too special about that,
Nah. 4 mana. Pride's Fury. It's nothing. I don't even know. It doesn't even get labeled as anything. It's not a nature card, even though there's fucking beasts all over it, like in a gazelle.
I love during the spoiler stream for this card, they were like, these lions are about to eat this antelope or whatever it is, and they're like, no, they're about to be friends, and I was like, I don't know about that.
They're about to be friends.
And I was like, they're protecting the antelope. I'm like, you know about that?
Yo, Bambi's about to get fucking nay-nayed. Look at this guy. This guy's mouth is open, paws are up. Yo, Bambi's about to get how many tigers? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tigers and lions. Tigers and lions, because these have the mains, which is the tigers, and then the lions are the mainless ones, right? Or did I get it reverse?
Right. No, I think you're right. Yeah.
So that thing's fucked. Yeah, he's gonna need a lot more than 3 health to survive.
I mean, this card's very interesting without Savage Roar. It's not going to do as much damage as Savage Roar, but the way that they've made this set very board centric, it may just be not that bad of a card because it makes your minions kill their minions, right? I don't know.
I think somebody in chat got this down perfect. You know it's a bad card when all we can talk about is its art. I think that's a very strong point.
I mean, it's 4 mana. Like, this card probably could have been... I don't think this card could have been 3 mana.
Female lions don't have mates. I know exactly. They're not all lions. There are tigers in here too, chat. I watched the Discovery Planet when I was a youngster. I know my lions and tigers and gazelles. Oh my.
The thing,
All right. Tell me about Plague Maul the Rotting.
He might be rotting in your collection. I don't know. Like, it's just I don't think he's bad. I just don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to see the deck that he belongs in, because maybe it's like he could be in a Grey Bow deck.
Yeah, I mean, he can go Lucent Bruh. Yeah, he can go in the Bruh deck, and he can go in the
I think he's
the
got
Federation.
Potential. Yeah, I think he's got potential to see play in some like niche decks. Whether those like niche decks end up being like very good or not very good, that's to be seen. But he's a cool design though. I don't have a really grasp on like if he's gonna be good or not. It just seems like one of those like very specific cards that might just sit in your collection,
I mean, dude, if you just have taunts and you play this guy in trade and your taunts die, they resummon themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna be trying this out with like Grey Bow and copying him over and over again and get more copies of him until I have a tree army and I'm ready,
Is there any? I think if Druid had some sort of like self-killing card that benefited you, like destroy a beast, copy its stats over to it, like morph its stats into a new beast, and that beast had taunt. So like not only would you kill your minion, you'd get that minion back, its death rattle would trigger, but also the stats would move to a new beast. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I don't think that exists.
But I mean, to go along with the taunt thing, we have probably just like overall the best taunt card they printed, right? Like for any taunt thing ever, maybe for taunt theme, is this 2 mana 2/3 guy.
2 mana 2/3. The first taunt minion you play each turn costs 2 less.
Yeah, this card's like really good.
They had another card like this. It was like a 2 mana 2/2, and it says the first card you play each turn costs 1 less. So this is just better stats, and it only works with taunt minions. So obviously an auto include in any taunt deck, and on turn 3 you can play a 5-drop.
Yeah, so on turn 3 you can play Greybow or Teacher's Pet, or there is another legendary taunt Divine Shield guy that draws a minion from your deck you can play. Another thing you can do with this card to protect it is you can play this card, and we're going to see a neutral frog. That's 2 mana taunt that gets buffed if you have a nature spell in hand. You can play it for free to turn you play this card.
Oh,
very interesting. That's a lot of stats on turn 2 if you have that combo. It's 4/7 of stats on turn 2. So,
yeah.
I just can't decide what this taunt deck looks like. Like,
well, I mean, you even have the token guy. So like, with the turtle men, and then this guy. I mean, you play turtle men, and it's just more synergy with rotting. I guess I don't know. Like, I guess that's why they have taunt, right?
Yeah. I mean, this guy kind of has taunt, because if he lives, and you're gonna be playing a 5-drop on 3, and they're not gonna want that.
Yeah, it's a free innervate each turn.
That's not even considering that you're playing like innervate and stuff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, on turn 3, you can play this guy and then innervate and then like coin out a Greybra, and it just feels like a lot of stats.
But what the deck looks like around this card, we'll see.
3 mana 2/4. After you cast a nature spell, give another friendly minion +2/+2. So it says another friendly, so not herself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this card could be like kind of crazy in a mid-rangey aggro druid deck, right? Like, because nature spells that are confirmed for druid in the new set are like Innervate, Lightning Bloom, Nature Studies, you know, Mark of Nature, or whatever the card that's getting a buff for the classic set is also a nature spell. All the other spells here are nature spells, so you can get a really big board pretty quick.
I'm trying to think of how you could kill your opponent in 1 turn with this card. Like,
another thing I want to know is it says give another friendly minion +2/+2, so it's not random, right? You get to choose that, or is that just random?
I think it's random. I just think it lands on other things. So, but if you have 2 of this card, they'll hit each other. So,
right.
I mean, Faceless, if that's still in the meta, could hit her. I know Druid also in Wild has the 3 mana copy the last minion that you played, and then you have, you know, a massive amount of nature spells. Or Germination works as well, I guess.
Yeah, Germination.
An Auctioneer to like hyper draw. I mean, drawing 20 cards in a Druid deck one turn is easy, and if you play 15 cards and it's 2/2 each card, they're gonna be 15/15s each. The key is, how can we attack with them? How can we get them to live? But yeah, I definitely, even if you're not killing your opponent 1 turn with this card, it's still just good. Like, if left unchecked, you lose.
Yeah, because I could see a deck where you play like Enchanted Raven, you play like, you just curve out into this guy, and then when you play this guy, you play like an Innervate, and then you play like a Nature Studies into maybe another nature spell that you can cast for free from Nature Studies, and whatever. Yeah, Enchanted Raven's like a 8/8/10/10 now for some reason. Like, I don't know.
No, that's just good. +2/+2 for literally no cost at all.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a sleeper. I haven't really seen people talk about this card at all, and I think it could be a sleeper if the deck surrounds it exists, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Druid has plenty of draw, plenty of cheap spells, and I can see this card getting an OTK deck. I don't see how it doesn't. Mark of the Spike Shell. I like the art of this. Looks like a Rammus.
It is a Rammus, yeah.
Okay. Give a minion +2/+2. If it has taunt, add a copy of it to your hand. So just fucking amazing in a taunt deck, right? Literally just the nuts.
Yeah, and like, I don't even know if you have to run that many taunts. Like, you probably have to run like a certain amount of them, but even if your deck just kind of naturally runs like okay amount of taunts, you can just play it. It's also kind of flexible because you can play it in a deck that plays like Strongman. where you play strongman, you play this on strongman, you have a 0 mana Cardigan, you have another strongman.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, and maybe if you play this in a deck, as I said, like maybe in the same deck as Rune Totem, where like, okay, I don't have a taunt on one, but I have an Enchanted Raven, so we'll buff up my Enchanted Raven to a 4/4 on turn 2. You know?
Yeah. You don't have to use it on a taunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good taunt value card for sure. Lucent Bark Druid. This is just make another Lucent Bark or Greybruh. I mean, it's just good.
I mean, yeah. We're gonna make copies of Greybruh, dude.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of bruh running around. What up, Crimson Panda? 2 mana Living Seed. Okay, cool. Draw a beast, reduce its cost by 1. At 5 mana, it draws still a beast and reduce the cost by 2. And then at 10, it draws a beast and reduces its cost by 3. So not really that impactful as it levels up.
I mean, it's like one of those cards where like it's solid. It's never gonna be broken. It's never gonna be like terrible in the decks that it's running, because there will always be synergy surrounding this card. I guess they're always gonna be having good beasts. It does set up some very unique things, as I said before. Like if you run this with like maybe Thick Hide Kodo is your only beast in your deck or whatever, and you just play this on 2 to get that on 3 guaranteed. In ramp decks or something, there's interesting stuff you can do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked at the I look at the other level up cards, right, and like they actually get better, but this doesn't actually get any better. But still, drawing, if you know you're getting a beast and you know it's gonna get reduced, and you know that beast has like taunt, and this guy, I don't know. It just seems out of the cards that I've seen that level up, it seems the weaker of them. Plus, Living Seed is supposed to be a healing card. I'm just saying, man.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, yeah, like Living Seed is a
healing spell in in World of Warcraft. So that feels bad.
I think this is about average though. I don't know. I don't think it's the worst of the ring spells. I don't think it's the best.
I think Druid has better draws than this. I think Druid has better draw than this. This does not strike me as that great. Druid of the Plains though, this card does look good. This guy's leaping and jeeping. 7 mana 7/6 beast rush. First frenzy keyword that we covered this evening. Transform into a 6/7 Kodo with taunt. So for those of you who are tuning in and you're not sure what frenzy does, it basically means when he attacks something and doesn't die. So if I trade into a 5 attack minion and this lives at 1 HP, this guy will transform into a 7/6. So he basically kills something and then you get a taunt out of it.
I mean, there's not much bad you can say about the card. Like it'll see play somewhere.
Yeah, it just seems like what is it? DH has the 9 mana 9/5 or 9/6, and its Death Rattle summons a 6/7/2 or a 5/7.
It's a 5
and that card's
something.
Yeah, that card's really good. It just costs too much mana because it's 9 mana.
Summons a 5/9. Yeah, because it flip flops.
Oh, okay, 5/9.
Oh, this does the same thing. It flip flops that too. So.
Yeah, the only thing to this is it can't trade into something with more than 6 attack.
Right, unless you're just okay with it, I guess. But yeah, it seems fine. I mean, you're going to be able to play this after an Overgrowth on curve, and whatever they have, after Overgrowth, you playing this on turn 5. On average, on turn 5, they might have a 5/5.
Yeah. This strictly targets the 5/5s, the 5/4s, all that good stuff. It just simply has to, it simply has to survive damage. It doesn't need to attack. So if
your damage, your opponent's damage, or whatever.
Yeah. So for example, if you play this card, right, and then your opponent is a warrior and they Inner Rage it, Inner Rage would proc Frenzy, and then you'd get a 7/6, and this card would go away, and it would turn into the Kodo. Any damage taken and survives. It attack and protect.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's. I can't not say that now when I play this card.
It literally does. And
just
that
love
wraps
it
up
'cause
Druid.
Also the Kodos, yeah.
All right, we're moving right along. Hunter. Song Wrangler. 4 mana, 3/4, battle cry, discover a beast in your deck and give all copies of it +2/+1 wherever they are. Good.
Yeah, I mean it's solid. It's a 4 mana draw of 1, buff 2 at least one or two other things, right? Or at least 2 things.
Yeah,
but it could do more if you have more raptors in your deck.
Yeah, I mean you have Quest, Hunter, and Wild. Also, is Dire Frenzy coming back?
Yep.
Yes. So Dire Frenzy, chat, is a 4 mana, give a beast +3/+3, shuffle 3 copies of it into your deck. So then if you play this card and then you get one of the cards you've Dire Beast or Dire Frenzied, you're basically giving that beast +5/+4. And you can use that on Huffer. So Animal Companion on 3. And then you get Huffer. And then you Dire Frenzy Huffer. And then Huffer turns into a 7/4. And then you put this card and then it turns into an 8/5. So it's a 3 mana 8/5.
We don't get Animal Companion anymore.
Oh, Animal Companion is going away?
Yeah.
Then we don't get Huffer, chat. Disregard everything that I've just said.
Yeah. They took away Animal Companion and Kill Command.
Oh, Kyle Command and Huffar are gone?
Yeah.
Wow, Hunter's gonna suck, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm very interested in some of these cards. Well,
that's why we got the Wrangler.
The Raptor, yeah. It's okay. Wolfram's gonna save us. Wolfram's in the set. So.
Piercing Shot. 4 mana. Deal 6 damage to a minion. Excess damage hits the enemy hero. I like how it says enemy, because let's say your opponent doesn't play a minion and you can't target face with this. You can play a minion with 1 health and then piercing shot your own minion to hit them.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the sacrificial Warpertinger.
I mean that's a very good point, because just saying, if they don't play a minion to play around the piercing shot, like,
no, you're right. Yeah, the card is very well worded, and I think the card's very solid. Any cheaper, it probably would have been like pretty broken, and any more, it'd been probably pretty bad. So 4 is probably a good mana cost for it.
Yeah, you definitely can't make it 7. And then I don't think 5 is good enough.
Yeah, because at 7, that means you're sometimes giving a hunter a fireball, and you don't want that, I don't think.
No, you definitely don't want to give hunters fireballs. The artwork's okay, but I think we could have done better. I'm not gonna lie. The Wolfram's taking a shot right to the chest.
If he's in chat, he knows that he's being cosplayed in this set. We got the ugliest of the Kodos coming up.
Oh my god. This reminds me of like the Lord of the Rings, or like the 300, the big behemoth, what the fuck am I saying? Behemoth, the mammoth Kodo things that they ride, and Legolas takes it out because it has like it has the cage on. I don't know, man. Anyway, 3 mana, 3/3. Yeah, the behemoth. Battle cry, discover a beast, secret, or a weapon. Seems good.
Yeah, I mean, it seems solid. The weapon is going to be the secret weapon a lot. There's like only like 2 weapons in Hunter, right? So 2 or 3.
Oh, you're right. So it's the ranging rifle, which it curves into.
It curves into.
Yeah, that's just really good then.
Yeah, because like your only options are ranging rifle and the 1 mana weapon, right?
Yeah, I like how you just called it ranging rifle. I have no idea what the fuck it's called, but I appreciate you going with it.
I mean, big boomstick. We're called big boomstick rifle. I don't know, like
Ranging
like,
rifle.
whatever it's called. I don't know what the card's called. Like, I don't play Hunter that much.
Oh, I don't know why that's so funny, but you just picked it up, not a skip in your breath. Yeah, when it just curves right out into the ranging rifle.
I mean, it seems like one of those cards that you just play in whatever deck you want to play, right? I mean, if you need a 3-drop, it gets you a beast or a secret or a weapon, and you're gonna have the option to choose whatever's best at the moment. So, seems solid. I can see the scene play.
Yes, indeed. Prospectors Caravan. Dude, we've seen a lot of fucking dwarfs and like gnomes and shit. Like, this is a dwarf attacking a dwarf, collateral damaging to a dwarf, and then this is a dwarf
riding
a ram to the ranch. 2 mana, 1/3. At the start of your turn, give all minions in your hand +1/+1. I like that it doesn't say give all beasts in your hand +1/+1.
Yeah, I don't know about how, I don't know about all these caravans. I feel like all the caravans would have been fine if it said at the end of your turn. But at the start of your next turn, I mean, I'm sure that sometimes they'll live, but how often will they live?
Well, if they gave it, so they definitely did that for flavor. And the reason being is when you're on a caravan, caravans are generally they're fucking slow as dicks, especially if you're a gnome riding a ram, right? So at the end of your turn, it assumes that you've achieved and gotten to the place where you're going to immediately, which doesn't happen. So the purpose of it taking a turn is the fact that the caravan is making its journey through the game and getting you things as it goes through.
Man, I feel like that's an insult to the ram. That ram.
Well, I mean, it's got a hefty load. Look at how much shit she's carrying. Look at this. Look at this.
I mean, you're right.
The ram's doing its best job, Kraken.
Oh man, I mean, I'm sure the caravans will see play at some point. Probably. I mean, they are 2-drops and they're all like 1/3s, so they have an okay chance of living. Now, what do you think about the effect for this caravan? It's like,
I mean, on curve, it's good. I mean, giving all minions in your hand +1/+1 is just pretty good in general, and especially like in Hunter, most of the time, like depending on your Hunter deck, it has like a lot of early game minions. So, out of the Hunter, out of the caravans, this seems to be the weakest because I think the Priest one just gives you a card out of your opponent's deck, which doesn't require anything of you. It only gives you. While this card actually requires, not only is there a requirement that the card needs to live in order to buff, you also then have to have the card in your hand for it to buff. And depending how many cards in your hand there are is how much it buffs. So if you have 5 minions in your hand and it hits, that's +5/+5. This card feels amazing. But if you have no cards in your hand or only 1 minion, this card feels terrible, right? And I find that the cards that have more requirements that stack onto them for them to be better are actually bad, unless they're combo decks, which this isn't going to be. So
I agree. Yeah, I agree. This might be the worst caravan. It seems pretty conditional.
Yeah, but she's riding. She's trying her best.
Man, Woundprey is that's that good old power creep right there. What was the old card called?
Good
Bark
old
Shot or
power
something?
creep.
It was like the old card was just like 1 damage for 1 mana, summon a hound or something.
It was the dog one. It was the fucking Musha shot. Yeah, exactly. Darth Lord knows. So I think this is exactly the same as that. It literally does 1 damage, summons a 1/1 with rush.
The last one did not have, the minion didn't have rush or anything. It was just a 1/1.
Oh, it didn't have rush? I thought the Mastiff had rush.
No, the Mastiff did not.
Okay, well it's just it's a straight up power creep then.
Better. Yeah. I mean, if Spell Hunter exists, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it can go face or hit a minion, I mean, it's a 1 mana deal too. At the end of the day, it's basically a 1 mana deal too, and we've seen those to be good in Hearthstone. I love the art though. You have like the wolf with its eyes in the background, and he's trying to drink a mana potion or a health potion. It's like spilling out the top.
I'm like laughing at Darth Lord. He's like, the old one just borked. Yeah, the card probably sees play at some point. It's not bad. It's not the greatest in the world, but at the end of the day, like you said, it's still a 1 minute deal too, and those see play at some point usually.
Yeah. So
All
for
right.
hunters so far, not too crazy of stuff. I think the best card we've seen is probably Pack Kodo or Piercing Shot.
I agree. Yeah, I would say that either a Pack Cutter or a Piercing Shot. Song Wrangler's not bad either, but
Yeah.
you know.
All right.
But now we get talked about Wolfram himself.
3 mana 2/5. After a friendly beast attacks, summon a beast from your deck that costs 1 less.
I
Okay.
mean, I feel like this is like one of those cards where like it's hard to accurately judge how good this card's going to be, but in a beast deck that just naturally plays beast on turns 1, 2, and 3, you know, you probably just stick this in your deck because if you played a 2 mana beast, you might get a 1 mana card like the Raptor we're going to see later or something like that maybe. But it's got a lot of stats for 3 mana, so it might, you know, it's going to live a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think the health is a big deal on this one. I guess you'd put this in a beast deck, but beast decks they're normally just like mid-range go face decks, right? Like we've seen what mid-range hunter looks like, and it wasn't the most fun thing in the world.
I will say there will be some synergy with the hunter rank up card and some other stuff coming, it seems, that might make it somewhat playable.
All right, let's keep going then. The Pack Runner, 2 mana 2/3. After you cast a spell, summon a 1/1 hyena with rush. Wow, the combos with wounded prey.
Okay, so I actually think this card's like kind of crazy. I'm gonna be honest. Like, okay, and this is just solely based off another card game. Okay, this is just this could be end up being really bad, but when I played Magic professionally, there was a card that was a 2 mana 2/2 that did the same thing as this, except the 1/1s didn't have rush. So a far worse version of this card, and it completely ran standard for like 2 years. And maybe it's just, you know, it's just a different card game. It won't work the same, but this card seems like pretty good if it, you know, if it can work in Hunter. I'll be honest. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't trust me.
Yeah, I mean, this works with Quest Hunter, right?
With Quest Hunter?
Quest is leaving, right?
Yeah, all the quests are leaving, so...
Okay. Well, that doesn't work then.
Like, I mean, I like how much value do you have to get out of this card for it to be worth it? You know, 2 mana 2/3s, they tend to live sometimes, and there are a bunch of 1 mana hunter spells you can play. They're giving us a card that draws you spells. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a really good 2-drop in almost any sort of hunter deck that you're gonna play. Like, it doesn't have a requirement other than playing spells, and hunters generally have cheap spells. So
also, yeah, like somebody in chat pointed out, you can play this on like, you can play like Hyena on 2 or this card on 2, and then next turn play the other one and play a 1 mana spell, maybe the Hyena spell that we just looked at a minute ago, and you like buff Hyena like twice. And so it that could work, I guess, you know.
Yeah. I mean, summoning 1/1s with rush is, I mean, it's good.
yeah, this goes good.
It's definitely a good card. There's no argument that this isn't a good card.
Yeah.
Tame Beast, 2 mana, summon a 2/2 beast with rush. Okay. Rank 2. If you have 5 mana, it summons a 4/4 with rush. And then at 10 mana, it costs 2 and it summons a 6/6 beast with rush. So any beast deck will play this card.
Yeah, I mean, it's good on 2. If you draw it on turn like 4 or something, and you know, you just save it for turn 5, you can play the legendary in this on turn 5 and summon something less than 4 and the legendary, I guess, and a 4/4. So because the beast they gain mana when they go up. When it becomes a 4/4, it's like a 4 mana card, and when it becomes a 6/6, it's a 6 mana card. I think, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So yeah.
The
So I mean,
I don't understand the evolve pattern. It goes from being a crab to a scorpion, and then from a scorpion it turns into a thunder lizard. I'm not really great at like animal transformations over time. I did watch the Discovery Channel, but it did not cover the crab, scorpion, thunder lizard dynamic. I'm pretty sure that was not.
I mean, the crab, you know, it gains armor, and then it gains some more armor and turns into like a scorpion, and then the scorpion sheds its armor and grows a horn. You know, like
It turns the horn that is its tail into its head.
Yeah, it's like Transformers Beast Wars. If you ever watched that growing up, it's just like they transform and stuff into different animals. You know, just.
That's right. That's right. Yo, CMD Keen with the 11 months. Thank you. I've got a strong opinion about this card. I absolutely hate this card. I feel like this could have been printed as a neutral legendary because it literally has no, like, if you would have printed this as like a neutral legendary and then didn't put a class tag on it and then told you which class it belongs to, it wouldn't belong to any class. There's no identity with this card. Draw a 1, 2, and 3 cost spell. Like, what is, that isn't like, it's a hunter legendary. This could be a neutral legendary and you wouldn't bat an eye.
Yeah, I agree. I think what they're trying to do in the future is you know, before they tried to limit, they tried to give different classes like very specific kinds of card draw, then it realized that some versions of that card draw were just better than others, right? So it seems like they're trying to give like neutral card draw to different classes, but I think this could have just been a neutral card. Like, yeah.
Like, if you'd have just made this a neutral card, I think it would have been fine.
She's got a bow and arrow. She's a hunter. All right. Then she's.
It's just I
know. I kind of agree. I think that if they want all classes to have neutral ways to draw cards, then they should put neutral card draw.
Yeah, and the fact there's only one of them, and it only draws like 1, 2, and 3, and it would find their level up stuff. But then I guess you'd find this in every deck. It would be like a Zilliax, so maybe a neutral wouldn't be good because it would be played in like every control deck.
That's probably true. It could be too good as a neutral, you know.
Yeah, but I just don't like it as a hunter card. Like, I don't know, man. Like they keep printing like control hunter stuff, and it never like Jewel and N'Zoth, right? Like the deck. That's the most support and value that it's gonna give. Like Julian is often hitting like the Tonka tank and the Zixor, and the Zixor returning to the deck, and then 9 lives to get a free another Zixor or a fucking the Tonka tank. Like if that didn't make it, like Kodobane's gonna make it. Like I don't know.
The Tonka tank.
The Tonka tank. Yo, Pudding. Oh, sorry. Pudding with the 16. Thank you, Pudding. Continue.
Oh,
sorry.
16 months. No, that's awesome. 16 months. This is the first hunter card they spoiled us, so we've had a lot of time to look at this. The Sunscale Raptor. You know, this is, I guess, one of the reasons to have all the discover minions from your deck and all that kind of stuff. So, Sunscale, 1 mana, 1/3 beast, Frenzy. Shuffle a Sunscale Raptor into your deck, permanent, +2/+1. So it turns into a 3/4 for 1 mana, and then that has Frenzy, and then that turns into a 6/5, right? It just keeps growing. Yeah, it stacks. It keeps growing. If Hunter has the way to draw these cards, which just goes back to the first card we looked at, the War Song Wrangler. If you have ways to pull these out of your deck, because remember when she pulls this out of your deck, she's gonna buff both of them.
Oh my god, this is gonna be miserable because you get to play. You do this for turn 5. You play this and then Dire Frenzy. You don't even play this on 1. You don't even want to play this on 1. It doesn't fucking matter because you don't want your opponent killing it. So then you just do this and then Dire Frenzy, and then it turns into what is that? It turns into a 4/5 that shuffles another one into your deck, and then the Wrangler. Like,
and the other legendary, the 3-drop, if you attack with a 2-drop, you are pulling this out of your deck, no matter how big it is. So
Oh, this sounds miserable.
The only,
And then because it costs one mana, you can run like Tundra Rhino alongside of this, and then you just play Tundra Rhino and a bunch of 1-drops and go face.
Do we get Tundra Rhino? I don't remember. I think we do. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know if we get Tundra Rhino, but yeah, this seems so Hunter actually does have a long-term beast game plan now with this raptor.
Yeah, they do. And they've tried doing these long-term hunter game plans before, but usually they don't have enough draw to make it work.
Yes.
But
yeah, the draw is the problem.
But between the legendary pulling them out of the deck and like tracking doesn't get rid of the cards anymore. It could work. It seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, this just seems like a I don't know how good it'll be, but like this basically beats any control deck. Like, how would a control deck, if played correctly, right? Because a control deck isn't gonna do anything, and if you just make a bunch of copies of this and you don't let them like deal 3 damage to this, so Frenzy doesn't proc, right? Because this gets ruined if Frenzy doesn't proc. But the key is you just want Frenzy to keep procking, and in order to do that, you need Dire Frenzy it to make sure you get those extra copies. So I see this being like a control deck destroyer.
So far, like every class has got like a deck I want to try out so far, and I haven't said it in a while. It's kind of interesting.
All right, that does it for the Hunter. I think overall, let's do a brief overview. Hunter looked bad, but then we got to basically the Sunscale Raptor and the Pack Runner, and then everything made sense.
Everything started coming together. So as a package, maybe it's good. Individual cards.
Yes, Hunter looks pretty strong. Hunter does look strong now. Yes, Hunter looks very strong.
Now we on.
And when I say strong, chat, I mean like in a meme way. Like I look at fun factors. Like I don't know how competitive because I don't play like that. So
yeah, we're looking at like fun, have fun building the decks and all that kind of stuff.
Dude, these mage cards artwork look really good.
For sure, I think they look really, really cool. This first card's like, I don't understand this first card so much. Like,
3 mana, 4/3 elemental, so obviously statted very competitively. Cards that didn't start in your deck cost 2 less, but not less than 1. So it's support for Deck of Lunacy.
Yeah, it's like Deck of Lunacy because like the only so if Deck of Lunacy becomes a deck, this card's like amazing, right? And outside of that, the only thing you can really randomly generate is Evocation, right?
Yeah, Evo's not bad either. Yeah. Evo's not bad.
But I don't think you play this in a deck just because of Evo, right? You probably
no. It is an elemental though, so if there's other, I mean, dude, you could play this in an elemental mage with Mana Cyclone, and you just you run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mana Cyclone rotates, so.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck that then. All right, never mind. All right. Well, yeah, I was thinking like the elemental mage. Yeah, you could run the elemental mage with the side quest. The side quest gets you Deck of Lunacy. You play that, then you play this guy, and if that doesn't work, you could just Mana Cyclone a bunch of cheap spells and then arcane them, and then you just keep drawing with the side quest. But if he's gone, then that doesn't work. But anyway, cool card.
Yeah, it's a cool card, but it's kind of really random because it doesn't. They've taken out they're taking all the RNG out basically, and they put a card that helps the RNG, which is kind of odd,
Yeah.
Be my ally to my Oasis here for the secret.
Oh shit, 3 mana secret. When your friendly minion is attacked, summon a 3/6 water elemental. This card looks fucking nuts. This secret's so good.
If there's no control decks in the format that are like hard control, I'm not talking about like mid-range control. If there's no hard control decks in the format, I can't see you not playing this card because.
Well, you just get it off of not Rigged Fair Game. You get it off of the corrupted secret card. The fucking the 4 mana that you pick 2 secrets. Like you don't actually have to play this, but just mage, they just get it. Yeah, sometimes. It also could be bad though, because of Hysteria. I think we lost Kraken. Kraken will come back, chat. But yeah, this secret seems like really, really, really good. This secret, there's like almost no downside unless you're playing against like a face deck or something that doesn't. Welcome back.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know. It's my internet is not actually going out. It's just my Discord. Like I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
It's okay. I could hear you though. So we were still talking about the Oasis Alley could also be bad, maybe. You said.
Yeah, with like Hysteria. I guess I shouldn't say the word hysteria. Every time I've said that word, we've lost him 2 out of 2 times now. He looks unsatisfied.
Wait, you lost me again?
You're back. All right.
Oh, I'm back.
I'm gonna say the word, and the third time you're not gonna disconnect.
You gonna say it?
Hysteria. You're there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Voodoo is gone.
So good card. Rim Tongue.
Yeah, I like
All right, what a name.
What a name.
Imagine General Rim Tongue here. 3 mana, 3/4. After you cast a frost spell, summon a 1/1 elemental that freezes. So very similar to your 2 mana, 2/3 Hunter card. This costs 1 more mana, has a little bit better stats, and it requires a frost spell, and it's not any spell.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good bit worse, right?
It is a good bit worse.
Yeah, I don't know if this will ever see a lot of play at all ever, but I mean, I don't know.
How could you say that? I like his glacial spears. They remind me of the spear thrown by the Night King.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And those things,
I mean,
they did a lot of
I
work.
hope he's not statted poorly, but like this is also something that I mean, okay, granted, some of the frost spells, like the rank spell we'll see later, are like 0 mana, so it could work. But it being specifically a frost spell and there not being like a whole lot of cheap ones, I guess it seems like very lackluster.
Yeah, I think there is some freeze synergy in this expansion as well when we get to it. And also, the Frosted Elemental is pretty cute.
He is.
Refreshing Spring Water. So this card actually looks pretty nuts for Mage. So it's a 4 mana, draw 2 cards, refresh 2 mana crystals for each spell drawn. I think this is really, 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 really good, especially with like Incanter's Flow. So if you reduce this, like it's basically just draw 2 cards for free.
It's incredibly powerful. Like,
yeah,
it's like I hate to keep making comparisons from me being a Magic background, but literally this is a mechanic from Magic in the 90s, and they said they would never make this mechanic ever again. Like it, like refreshing your mana in a deck that's probably going to run a lot of spells seems like broken.
Yeah. This card's just.
I mean, think about it. Even if you only draw 1 spell, you pay 2 mana to draw 2 cards.
No, there's no downside. Like, there's literally no downside to this card other than it costs. It takes you longer until you can play it to draw, because like Cram Studies is 2, so you can play it on turn 2. Intellect is on 3, so you can't play this draw until 4, but it doesn't really matter because the draw is free. So.
Mage is probably going to run this till it leaves, right?
What was that?
Mage is probably going to be running this card until the card leaves the format.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah. I don't see, if you're a Mage, I don't see why you wouldn't play this card. I just see this card being like absolutely, literally in every Mage deck, especially all Spell Mage. I don't know how many of those cards are rotating, but yeah.
I don't even know what set that mechanic was from, but if it doesn't, that's a pretty good card to keep and put in the deck.
Oh yeah, like if you run Incanter's Flow with this, like it just turns into get mana back. Draw 2 cards, give yourself 4 mana. 2 mana, Wildfire. Increase the damage of your hero power by 1. So you could just keep playing Wildfire, correct?
Yeah, like if you play 2 Wildfires, your hero power does 3. And if you somehow generate more of them, you can make it 4 and 5 and so on,
So you're telling me I can play this with my Vargoth, make 7 Vargoths, play Wildfire, each Vargoth does it, and then I play the card that lets me refresh my hero power every time I cast a spell for infinite Wildfire hero power action.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me right now?
I'm telling you that right now.
That's what I like to hear.
I want this deck to be so good. I just don't know if it will. Like, it looks so cool. And I mean, I think the brewing with this card is gonna be very, very fun. For sure.
Yeah. When classes, never mind. I was gonna say if classes like Warlocks get Box and then Box cast Wildfire, and then they have to tap and they take 3.
Oh my god.
But I don't think that there's not very many times that Warlock gets to Box unless they played a Solarian Prime. So I think I'm really too deep in the sauce.
What's funny about this card is like they gave Mage a slightly better version of Shadow Form.
Yeah.
It's like because like a lot of Priest players they wanted Shadow Form on 2. Just to be a 2-mana card, just to switch their hero power, and it's like, nah, but we'll give it the Mage though. Oh man,
we'll have to see if it's good enough. I would have liked to see a Mage card that's like this, but half of them's fire and half of them is ice from My Hero Academia. That'd have been cool.
Oh yeah, that'd been cool.
Ruined Orb, 2 mana, deal 2 damage, discover a spell. All right, so broken.
Man, this card's good, like really good.
Yep. This card is straight broken.
It's just Mage's version of what's the Priest one? The one that gains you 3 life and you discover a card.
Renew.
Yeah, Renew. This is just like Mage Renew, and it's like pretty good.
If this was like has to hit a minion or has to go face, it would be like, average. But the fact that you can do 2 damage to literally anything, and then you just get to discover a spell, there's no downside to this card at all. There's 0 downside.
It just goes face, yeah. Which is like the fact that it can go face is. I mean, I'm kind of glad it goes face because it makes the card more playable. It'd been like probably not that great if it hit a minion only, but yeah, card's good. There's not much to say about it.
Yep, broken. All right. Vardon, Dawn Grasp, 4 mana, 3/3 Battlecry, freeze all enemy minions. If they're already frozen, deal 4 damage to them instead.
Yeah, Dawn
Glacier Racer.
Yeah, that's the card from the mini expansion, right?
Yes, and that card does 3 damage to all frozen minions, and it does and sees 0 play. But this one has Frost Nova built in, and Frost Nova is rated at 3 mana, and Frost Nova, it does see play. So this is a 1 mana 3/3 with only upside.
Also, this card just goes really good with that card you just mentioned too. Like, this card is very good.
Yes, this card is bonkers.
Like Mage could not be good and not be good this upcoming set. You could still this card's still gonna be good. Like it just is, because when you add these effects onto minions, it's just power creep, right? Like they took Frost Nova out, but they gave us this card, and it's just like it's only got upside,
Yeah. There's literally no downside to this card whatsoever. This is a auto include into Tempo Mage. This is an auto include in Control Mage. There is no reason you would not play this card.
Oh yeah, if Tempo Mage is this, you're gonna play this. You're gonna have the tempo, and you're just gonna bam, you can't move. Here's also
imagine if this said all enemies.
Also, it goes very well with the rank spell that's up next. You know,
Oh, flurry.
Yeah.
0 mana, freeze an enemy union, and I'm guessing as it goes up, it freezes 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Sure.
You just wait till we get to the ranked card that doesn't follow the pattern, and I get to rant about it, you know. Because it might be a rogue card.
4 mana, 3/5 battle cry. Fire your hero power at all enemies, including face. So we have Wildfire Synergy Chat. The Wild Apprentice.
Yeah. And you know, if you play the other one on 2, and you know, let's just be reasonable here. Let's say you play 1 Wildfire on turn 2, and you play this on 4, and you deal 2 to everything. It's a consecration with the body. And now if you play 2 Wildfires in a row, and you're just risky like that, you know, you're living life on the fast lane. Then you just deal 3 to everything, and then you're doing, you know, you're playing a Lightning Storm or Hellfire with a body, you know.
Yeah. This guy's statted well, and his ability is strong. Seems good. Power with the 9. Appreciate the baby, dude.
Easy 5 out of 5. Yeah, man. You know.
This card, I actually hate the artwork for this card.
What? You know me and Draco love it. You know
I hate the artwork for this card. Why is a guy playing a guitar in the sea? And why is he a mage card?
He's in a cave, right? Or is he in...
I don't care where he is. Looks like he's under the sea playing a guitar. He's got like strap-ons and shit on. Like, what does this have to do with mage?
Have you not seen the metal video? Like, I mean, he's playing Draco songs.
The only thing
you know?
I can see is that most World of Warcraft mage characters have that haircut, and they have the tongue sticking out. And if you have the undead dance, the undead dance looks like he's playing a guitar.
He is ETC's bandmate, so I mean, you know, like.
I guess.
What do you want to do?
I don't know, man. I just wish
big boy, dude.
He didn't look like that. So, battle cry. If you've dealt 10 damage with your hero power this game, deal 10 damage to all enemies. So he's a 10 mana 10/10 that pyroblasts all of your opponent's shit.
Yeah. I mean, this card's like pretty easy to activate with Reckless Apprentice, it seems like.
Yeah. Wildfire, Reckless Apprentice. You play this, you fucking wieners out. Seems good. Seems good. Num.
Yeah, I don't know if this deck will work, but I mean, I like this card a lot. I mean, it may just be the metalhead in me, but like,
it is most assuredly the metalhead in you.
Yeah, I honestly don't think this card will be that great, but we'll see. It'll be fun to build around, though.
Yes, sir. All right, making our way to Paladin. Going fast. Here we go now. 1 mana, Galloping Survivor, secret. After your opponent plays 3 cards in a turn, summon a 3/4 steed with Pont. How do you feel about that steed? You feel some kind of way? How you feeling about that steed? Kraken.
Am I still here?
Look me in the eye, Kraken. Tell me what you feel about that steed. He's gone.
Dadgummit. I'm back. Am I here? Can I hear me?
I can hear you, but you're gone. Now you're back.
I'm back.
All right, tell me how you feel about that steed.
I mean, outside of being pulled out of the Matrix apparently by my internet, I don't know. I mean, you know, it reminds me of like what Rat Trap or whatever it was called.
Yes.
But you may like, you know, if you have a bunch of cards that require you to have secrets on the board and not be activated, it could see a little play just because it's kind of hard to activate. But I don't know. Outside of that, it seems okay. I mean, nothing too crazy.
Okay. I think the Rat Trap, I think you hit all the nails on the head. Like, your opponent doesn't want to activate it, which is going to help you do things that we're going to get to later. And it has the Rat Trap feel. What up, Funk?
Is that Funk? The Funk?
Yeah. It is the Funk.
Wow,
Night of the Appointment. Dude, this guy's... I can't tell if he just killed this person and he's reading a book over their dead body, or he's like, he's trying to like resuscitate them with the book, because he's like touching the guy's palm. Anyway, he's a 1-mana 1/1 battle cry.
He's anointing. He's anointing them.
Anointment. Okay. What does that even mean?
Yeah. Isn't anointment like when you make somebody a knight?
Well, the guy's dead.
Or when you bless their soul, maybe? I don't know.
Now you're just making up words. Anointment, definition.
No, you said appointment. You said the night of the appointment.
Yeah, he's appointment. His appointment is death. That's what he's doing. He's dying.
No, he's sitting there. So he's at the doctor's office. He's like, oh, John Grayson.
Well, the definition...
Blah, blah, blah.
The definition of anoint is to smear or rub with oil, which I'm hopefully this guy is not lathering this dead man up. Let's just make that a point right now, because I am never gonna play this card. Let's just make that a point. It's a religious ceremony.
This card's really good,
It's a religious ceremony of pulling holy water or oil on someone to make the person holy. It's an ancient tradition. Yes. So it's a so it's like a holy symbol. Okay.
It's like holy water, yeah. When you put holy water on somebody's forehead or whatever, yeah.
Or he's lathering them up with holy oil.
That's what he's doing.
The holy oil lather.
Oh my goodness, this is what you're doing now.
I'm just saying, man, we have to diagnose these cards from their core. And their core starts with if the part talks about oils. We have to talk about it. It's important that the chat understands where their cards are coming from. You may get a holy spell, but what price did you pay for this spell? You know what I mean? Like, how much oil is there to be lathered?
It's not oil. It's not oil.
These are the important questions that nobody asks, and I'm here to help you.
You should read the flavor text, though. I dub thee injured.
It's funny. Yeah, it seems like a good card.
Okay, let's get to the card, though. Card's pretty good. Like,
oh, are we talking about the Knight of Lather? Yeah, the card's good.
Yeah, I mean, just remember, Librams are holy spells. They will be.
Yeah. The card 1-mana 1/1 draw a spell is good.
Draw my Libram.
Let's not talk about Libram Paladin, okay? I am not even playing Hearthstone. We don't need to talk about Libram Paladin.
The Knight of Lather.
All right, another caravan. This caravan looks to be, I mean, it's a pony this time and not an, what was it before? Was it an ox? Oh, no, it was a ram. It was a ram.
Yeah, they're all different, so we've
animals. We got a pony now. It's a 1/3. At the start of your turn, summon 2 Silverhand recruits. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is like up there on like the higher end of the caravans, I guess. I mean, it's immediate impact. If it lives, you just get 2 1 bodies, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3/5. If it lives, it's a 2-mana 3/5. And it has like the Silverhand recruit like flavorness. So you'd play this in any sort of dude paladin that you'd play the 5-mana 5/5 and you'd give them fucking divine shield and all that shenanigans. So yeah, just more dudes and a pony.
Yeah.
Wait,
dude and pony cards.
3 dudes and a pony. All right, we're moving on. Northwatch Commander. It's a 3-mana 3/4 battle cry. If you control a secret, draw a minion.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, seems good.
Yeah, seems like a secret synergy card. Wow.
Seems like it might curve right after a certain weapon here.
Yep. I like the artwork. The artwork's pretty cool on this one.
Yeah, he's blocking that axe with that sword, screaming at the man. Kind of looks like Like
It looks like a
night
troll.
version of Ron Swanson. It's like Ron Swanson as a paladin card.
Or a buffed Regis.
Oh yeah, Regis hit the gym a little bit, shaved the beard
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this occurs right after the next card that talk about the Sword of the Fallen.
2 mana, 1/3. After your hero attacks, cast a secret from your deck. Okay, so just straight up fucking broken.
This card might be the best card in the set. Like, it's like this card is like it's pretty close to me. Like, I'm not really sure, but it's
Yeah, this card's just good.
Like when
It's so good.
when they didn't, yeah, like they didn't spoil it. They didn't spoil this card, and I was looking at all these secret synergies, and I was just like, but where is the glue? I almost said butter. Where's the glue? And then it's just like they spoil this card. It has 3 toughness. This is like Ankar, but secrets. Like,
Yes. Like, the only problem with the secret deck, the secret paladin deck's the fact that you actually have to play the secrets, but because you have to draw them. But if you just play this is gonna get 3 secrets out of your deck, thinning your deck, and you attack every turn, and it only costs 2 mana. So the price to pay to draw 3 is very, very low, and it just seems like it's the best paladin card that I think exists right now that we've covered and may be covering, besides maybe the main synergetic paladin card.
yeah, and if secrets ends up being good, that's still very questionable. I mean they have a lot of support, so I can't imagine it being too bad. But I mean, it's not. They won't be bad because of this card. Is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, it just seems it's just a complete push towards Secret Paladin. And Secret Paladin, it's not like it's new. I mean, we've seen Secret Paladin in the past, and it wasn't a fun deck to play against. I don't know why they're pushing it so hard. And first of all, why are Paladins being sneaky? First of all, that pisses me off every fucking time I have to bring up the secrets with the Paladins. Paladins are supposed to be holy. They're supposed to lather each other up, and they're not supposed to be
hit
sneaky.
People with big hammers.
Yes, you know who's sneaky? Fucking mages. They can do their little summoning spells and put traps and whatnot. Fucking rogues can be sneaky, but why are paladins sneaky? I don't know, man. I'm not even upset.
Yeah, I don't even know if like Secret Paladin will be as good as it like seems on the face. It might just still be Libram Pally, because Libram Pally got some support too. So it's just we'll see.
Great.
You know.
That's just great.
Yeah.
Just great. Conviction
is next.
Rank 1. Give a random friendly minion +3 attack. Then it goes to give 2 friendly minions +3 attack, and then give 3 friendly minions +3 attack. So if you only have 1 minion and you play the buffed up, it's still only +3, right?
Yeah, it's just that this card, instead of going at 1, 2, or 3 more attack, it goes to 1, 2, or 3 minions, right?
Yeah. As long as it's not like it doesn't. If you only have 1 minion and then you play it, it doesn't give the random friendly minion that you only have 1 of the +3 each time. Because if so, it's a 1 mana deal 9, which is not cool. So.
Yeah, for sure. And let's go ahead and notice here. I'm just gonna keep pointing this out every time we go through a rank spell. It goes up by 1, 2, and 3. All right.
Understood.
Understood.
I know. When we get to the rogue, I think you mentioned it's gonna do something not so that.
Yeah. We have the legendary next, though. We have Cariel Rome, or whatever you want to say. I don't know.
She's this girl, right? Yeah, and she's the same girl in Conviction.
Yeah, she's the same person. She got a barrel hammer.
The keg ham.
It's like the keg ham.
Oh.
She's great at parties, right?
Yeah. 4 mana, 4/3 rush, divine shield. Whenever this attacks, reduce the cost of holy spells in your hand by 1. So all holy spells get reduced. So Librams just get reduced more, right? Great.
Yeah, I mean, this card could have not had an effect, just been 4/3 rush divine shield, and I probably would have still thought it was a pretty good card. Honestly.
Yeah. So there's no downside.
But the fact that I keep going back to Librams being holy spells, which I understand why they're holy spells. It's just I'm gonna hate it. I just know I am.
Yeah, not very excited about the the Libram Paladin.
Yeah.
Invigorating Sermon. 4 mana. Give +1/+1 to all minions in your hand, your deck, and the battlefield.
Oh my goodness.
So not really a dude paladin card.
No, because you want actual minions, right?
Yeah. So where would you see this?
I don't know. Just like the Paladin's going to have like some other 4-drops you're going to want to run in your deck, right? I don't know. This card could see a little play, but it seems just like a smaller, way weaker survival to fit us, kind of, right? It's like a lot weaker version.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, yeah. Seems like a bad survival.
Yeah. And maybe it does see play, but I mean, a lot of the minion stuff is either like it's one minion creating minions, or like, you know, for Librams it has like, you know, Libram of Hope that makes an 8/8. Like you're not a lot of spells are creating minions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's for certain. There's not a lot of like main minions you just play. A lot of it just makes other shit. So until Paladin has a deck where like the actual the actual minions are what you're playing and you're not just generating stuff. But I mean, yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, this is a big question mark for me because I don't even know what a deck around this card will look like.
If you're discounting this stuff with like the Romay lady, I mean, there's maybe some sort of like mid-range rally pally that could run this. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, if you're like an aggro deck,
yeah,
that's just like, you know, a bunch of small drops and then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you get to draw it with Lather Boy, and then you reduce it with Romay, and then you just lather, or do some other shit. 4 mana, 3/5. After you cast a holy spell, summon a 2/2 medic with lifesteal.
Yeah, veteran Violet Teacher. I mean, I think this card's like pretty playable, right? Like, or like in a deck that like reducing. All
Imagine if this said after your opponent casts a spell.
Oh, it's just like ogre.
This card would be fucking nuts.
Well, like the thing with Paladin is that they don't really have very many 4-drops to run. I think when it comes to like a lot of the Paladin decks, 4-drop slot is kind of weak. But then at that point, like you're either running this card and the new legendary if you wanted to, or you're running like Kazakus or something, you know, which we'll get to later. But
yeah, I just don't know how many holy spells you're playing, right? Like how many? I mean, are the secrets holy spells? Are they they're secrets, right?
Well, some of them are and some aren't, I don't believe. But like, so Conviction is one. When we looked at earlier, a lot of spells from the core set are holy. Like I think Consecration, Bless of Kings is holy.
Reckoning is holy. Avenge is holy, and that's it for holy.
Yeah, the Librams are. So you can Libram of Wisdom this thing, and like, if you have Libram of Wisdoms, you can like, you can do broom shenanigans, right? So you can like cast a wisdom, trade, cast a wisdom, you know, keep making more, I guess.
Dude, this sounds miserable.
I mean, I'm not trying to make you feel miserable, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
And then you got the next card. We got the payoff card for secrets, I guess.
Yeah, the Cannon Master. We got the 5 mana 4/4 battle cry. Transform your secrets into 3/3 soldiers. They transform back when they die. And then they also mentioned that the 3/3s that come out, you don't know which one has which secret, so sometimes you won't know which order to kill them in there, which order to kill them in which it's correct to pop the secrets. So a pesky card to deal with.
I'm very a little bit hesitant on this card, just because like it's very good on curve, but like past your like really good curves, I'm not sure how good this card is. It's not bad, obviously, but like if you're not playing this on 5, if they're playing a bunch of secrets, it may not be that great. But I mean, it still can be really good though.
I mean, even if it summons like a minion, it's still a 5 mana 7/7 split into 2 bodies. Like,
Yeah, we haven't really seen an effect like this since like Living Mana too. It's kind of interesting.
that is true, dude. Living mana, and then you would like, what was it? You'd silence them and then kill them, and then your opponent would have no mana.
Have no mana, or like your opponent would like scream them away back into their deck, and then like they would.
Oh
just,
yeah,
like,
it
have
was Psychic Scream that would happen most
Psychic
often.
Scream, and they'd be like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
yeah.
there goes my mana."
Yeah, Living Mana was fucking Psychic Scream. Oh my god, what a disaster. What a disaster. No? Okay. Paladin just seems to get a bunch of just secret stuff and Libram stuff. Honestly, none of it looks fun. I'm gonna be honest, none of it actually looks fun.
Like, if I had to make a prediction for Paladin, I would say that people are going to try Secret Pally like really hardcore the first couple of weeks. And then it's going to turn into, wait, these cards are also just make Librams better, and the Libram package might just be stronger. Which I know that's not what anybody wants to hear, because
yeah,
Paladin players look like poopy dog. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Libram Paladin players are gonna be playing Libram Paladin day one, and they're gonna think they're fucking geniuses. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, Libram Paladin's still broken. The deck's so good. Innovation." It's like, no, the deck is good because it's the same core deck that you've had for the last 4 fucking months.
Every time I see Paladin cards, I just like look at them, and I can imagine like it's like caveman like talk where they're sitting there and they're like, this card is such an advance in technology. What they can hit the face harder, and they're like, no way, you can hit the face harder, and it's like, oh.
This card, such technology.
The technology, we can donk the face harder.
Listen. 0 mana, +1/+1, forever. The technological innovations that have occurred.
Oh. Oh man.
Void
Well.
Flayer. 4 mana, 3/4. Battle Cry. For each spell in your hand, deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion. This is very similar to the old mage card that was I think it was a 6 mana 3/3. For every card in your hand, deal 1 damage.
It wasn't like astrologist, was it? Or meteorologist.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was meteorologist.
Played that card. It was bad.
I mean, they have this whole like they kind of supported Spell Priest last format, right? They gave us like the taunt guy for 5. And now they have this thing. My only problem is that like they keep making all these like minions that care about spell count, and the more minions you have, the less spells you have.
Yeah. It's counterintuitive. If you're playing minions that work off spells, you have less spells to work with the minions.
Which promotes you randomly generating those spells, right?
Yes. Or the minions.
Or the minion thing, right?
It just seems bad. This is a bad card.
Yeah,
he looks like a bad guy too. Like, who does he think he is?
He kind of looks like a pasty version of like Legion, like from the X-Men show Legion. Got like the Mohawk kind of thing.
Oh, is the HBO show? What is it called? Justice League. Is that any good?
Oh, the movie?
No, like the show. There's like an HBO show for Justice League.
Oh, it's like a cartoon, right?
No. It didn't look like a cartoon on the
I mean, they just released Snyder's cut, the HBO Justice League movie. I watched it the other day. It was 4 hours long.
Okay, was that good?
It's possibly maybe the best movie I've seen in the past 10 years. Like it was
all right.
It was pretty good.
You heard it here, chat.
I promote the Snyder's cut. I thought they did a really good job with it.
All right, cool, awesome. 8 mana. Holy. Power Word Fortitude. Give minion +3/+5. Cost 1 less for each spell in your hand. Again, the whole spell in your hand thing. I don't like it.
Again, yeah, I mean, again, you want to put this on a minion, but you want to have spells to reduce this card. But it's 8 mana.
Yeah, it's 8 mana. That's so much.
Oh my goodness.
I guess if you're playing like an all spell priest, like all spells, only spells.
Yeah. So what mana would you have to get this card down to for it to be good?
3 or less.
Because like because it's got to be like 3 or something.
Yeah,
So
3 would be
spells.
really good. 4 would be average because a 4 mana 3/5 is average on 4 mana stats. So it'd have to be a 3 mana 4. It would have to be a 3 mana 3/5. So that means we need 5 spells in your hand. And if you're running an all spell priest, that's really not that hard. But like, I'm pretty sure no one wants to play an all spell priest.
Yeah. I'm not really sure.
All right, the caravan. This one's a llama.
This one's a llama, so like little brownie points.
Yeah, the llama. This caravan is exciting. It's a 2 mana 1/3 at the start of your turn. Copy a spell from your opponent's deck in your hand. I think this is very good.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
I don't think it's much better than the Hunter one, honestly. Like
With the Hunter one?
I think this one's better than the Hunter one because I'm putting the Hunter at the bottom, but this one's like to me not much better than the Hunter one. It's like better, but not.
This
much.
is awful. It's value, baby. You get a card each and every turn.
Yeah, I'm putting this as pretty bad. I don't know. It's a random card too. I don't know.
But your opponent's deck is good because it's your opponent's deck. They play good cards in their deck.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So it's like Thought Steal every turn. So it just needs to live for 2 turns, and then it's a Thought Steal.
You can live the dream, man. I'm gonna let you do that one.
I'm gonna pull this fucking caravan to victory. Watch me, baby.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
What?
Memes incoming now. And put your face on that.
You're gonna put Poopy Dog right here, and you're putting me in the caravan. Oh my god!
I am. It's gonna happen now. I gotta write this down somewhere. Got a piece of paper.
Gotta write down this idea.
Yeah. You got Poopy Dog and alpaca.
All right, to give you guys an example of what the Kraken has provided before, here, you can talk about Devouring Plague while I pull up the memes.
Devouring Plague gets a lifesteal, 3 mana, deal 4 damage, randomly split among all enemy minions, a shadow spell. I mean, it kind of seems like a worse penance. It deals it randomly, and it's also just like worse Minefield, which Minefield is just really good. So maybe this card can see like a little play. It does like if you're like 26, if you need the game 4 life here, it can reduce the cost of Flesh Giant by 4. So that's an interesting interaction. Maybe there's some kind of mid-rangey priest that runs Flesh Giants. I don't know.
I think the Flesh Giants is a cool interaction for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the card doesn't seem like that incredible.
It doesn't seem that, it doesn't seem that great.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Here's a Poopy Dog picture. Here's one of my favorites. The fucking sidecar one. The shack fillet with the Poopy Dog sidecar. Oh my god.
I mean, y'all go to places, dude.
Dude, I can see that. We're fucking schmoovin'. This card just seems really good.
It's so confusing to think about, though. Every time I understand how it works, but I mean, I think it's pretty good. The fact that it can never kill something is kind of a problem, I guess. But
I mean, why can't it?
Well, okay. So even on a 1/1, I don't believe it ever. I don't think it ever kills a minion. Is the thing. If I understand this correctly, I don't think it can actually kill anything ever.
I mean, it kills things with 1 health. Yeah.
I mean,
But like, for example, let's say your opponent has a 9/9 or a 10/10, right? And then you play this.
yeah, and I think the most interesting interaction probably is like Rattlegore.
Yeah, but then it's still in health until this has more, which means it's gonna meet it halfway, right? So this will be like a 6/6 and it'll be like a 5/5.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think that's the good part about this card is that it's always going to make their biggest thing your biggest thing, right? Or like it's always gonna be
so,
like yeah.
And I guess if you use this on like a 3/3, it makes their 3/3 a 1/1 and turns this into a 3/3. That seems good.
Yeah.
For 2 mana.
I still think this card's very good. If
it's sometimes better than removal.
Meta,
It's sometimes better than removal because you're making their card basically a 1/1 or a 2/2 and you're developing something better.
Also, an interesting interaction with this is that you could make something like 2 attack range, and then you could play the steal card and play like a 0 mana 1 mana spell and steal their 2 minion you just reduced, right?
Yeah, this works with what is that card? Cabal Alkalite. So.
Yeah, so it's a very unique card. I had to read it a couple of times to fully understand it first. But...
It's a very priest card. It's a very priesty card.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're stealing their life essence.
Yeah.
That's a very shadow priesty thing to do. Wow.
Yeah. This next card though is fucking broken. There's literally no downside
it's
to this
so good,
card.
Right.
It's so good. 4 mana, 4/4. Battle Cry. If you restored 4 health this turn, deal that much damage to all enemy minions. So you would obviously you would heal first, and then you would play her, and then she would wipe the board. And she doesn't even wipe your board; she just kills everything. All enemy minions. So you don't even have to worry about your side like old Soul Priest Circle of Healing.
Yeah, and there's like so many weird things you can do with this, right? Like you can put Apotheosis on something, gain some life, then kill their board. And by the way, like this is only relevant as far as I know with the 0 mana card in the set, but she says if you restored health this turn, I believe, and the way it's worded, I believe you could restore your opponent's health and it would count towards it.
Yes.
It doesn't say restore your health. It just says restored health. So that can be you or your opponents.
Yeah, it says it's same thing with Lucent Bark. If you've restored health.
Right.
And Lucent Bark, you can heal your opponent to bring Lucent Bark back. And she's worded the same as him. So.
Yeah, this card's very... I mean, to me, it's just the best priest card they got. I mean, you don't have to try too hard, I don't think, unfortunately, for priest.
You're telling me it's better than the fucking alpaca? I mean, the llama? You telling me it's better than the llama?
I mean, it's only better than the caravan if you're not driving it. Now, if you're driving it, then it's the best card in the set. Like, okay, I can't argue with that. So,
all right, 5 mana, 5/5. Priest of Anshi. Taunt Battle Cry. If you've restored health this turn, gain +3/+3.
I mean, it's boring. It's... Part of me wants to believe this card isn't as bad as people think. But I don't know.
I mean, it's a 5 mana 8/8. Best case. Worst case, it's a 5 mana 5/5. I mean, I think Priest just can do better, right? I mean, it seems like it's a good randomly generated card.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like this belongs in a deck that doesn't exist for Priest. I think that's kind of the weird part about Priest right now is like they're printing all these cards trying to trying to push Priest in like a more of a mid-rangey style of playing. But as our like fellow friend Tonberry has clearly stated, Priest doesn't really have a way to win the game efficiently right now. Like, they don't really just have like. I mean, even with rotation, they're losing like Galakron and all that kind of stuff. So I just don't know how they expect Priest to win a lot of games. And that could be different. I could be completely wrong, but it just seems like Priest kind of still got a low.
Shadow Priest, right? Baby.
If that's what their plan is, I would kind of hoping they would have printed some more Shadow Priest cards that kind of went with the hero power, or something.
Are you telling me Devouring Plague isn't good enough? No, yeah, the Shadow Priest stuff did not like. If this card could have been a lot cooler, Void Flare. To be honest, Devouring Plague could have been a lot cooler. Yeah, they don't have a lot of just like win stuff. They're
trying to make like a mid-range priest, and maybe it works. I don't know. I try not to say what won't and what will and will not be a deck before rotation, because it's honestly a wild west for the first month. Like, you don't know what's going on. But I mean, priest of, and I'm not even gonna try to say that last word.
Anshi?
Is it Anshi? It's kind of boring, and maybe it sees some play, but I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem very boring. Condemn. So we have again, we've got the Exrelia in the picture, just like the all these pictures. These level up cards are the other legendaries that have come out, which I think is cool to have some synergy between like the card arts, to have like the spell being with the person that, you know what I mean? Like this would be played in the deck with her, so they're like together. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Level 2 is deal 2 damage, and then level 3 is deal 3 damage, so it goes up 1 damage each time. And it seems like a card.
It's the shiny version of this card is gonna be very pretty.
Yes, probably. I can see the Condemn rank 3 is gonna look badass.
I don't think this card is that bad on a curve where it wants to be. Like, if you play this on 2, 1 damage to everything for 2 mana is like about your normal rate, right?
It's Arcane Explosion.
Right, and then once it upgrades, it's a 2 mana Consecration.
Yep.
So I mean,
and then it upgrades again.
I don't think it's that bad actually, but it's not.
Seems like
amazing.
It seems like a cheap priest AOE.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. I mean,
Light Shower Elemental, 6 mana, 6/6. Taunt, Death Rattle, restore 8th health to all friendly characters, including minions and your face. So, and it has taunt. It's a lot of healing. Seems good. Seems really good. Right? We lost him. He's muted. He's dazed. He's confused. He's figuring it out. I can see emotions on Kraken's face. He just said hello. It didn't work out. We're trying this again. Did I accidentally mute him? No, he's still here. Everything's good. We lost Kraken. Anyway, this card seems exceedingly... He can hear me. I know he can because he's smiling. He's smirking. It seems good. I mean, healing... It's a 6 mana, 6/6. So stat-wise, it's good. Taunt, they have to get through it. And it heals for 8. Works with elemental decks. It's a good randomly generated minion. It synergizes with all the other priest healing stuff. So you could like Light Shower Elemental, you proc them, and then you play Aurelia. And you deal 8 damage to all your opponent's stuff. Seems good. Do you think this is an arena card? I think this is completely playable. Healing 8 and being a 6/6 seems good. It's just annoying. And annoying cards tend to be pretty good. It really depends like how good priest is though, right? If priest just sucks, then yeah, this card's gonna suck wieners too. But if priest is good, this will probably be found in there. I wonder what Kraken stuff isn't working. So Kraken, if you talk, you could open up your OBS Kraken and then see when you talk if your mic goes up. And if your mic doesn't work in OBS, then you know it's you. But if your mic works in OBS, then it might be me. So let me know in chat. But I didn't change anything on my side. What up, squirrel? 0 mana, Desperate Prayer. Restore 5 health to each hero. So, 0 mana cards, chat. I'm not a fan of 0 mana cards. We've got stuff like this. So, on turn 4, you can clear. You can basically deal 5 damage to everything on your opponent's side for 4 mana. And heal yourself for 5. It just seems like a very good combo we're going to see a lot of. And if they have it and you're playing an aggro deck. Says awaiting endpoint. If you have a USB mic, I would unplug it and plug it back in. But yeah, Desperate Prayer just seems... Turn 4, deal 10. Only if your opponent has taken damage, HD. If you're playing a priest... Yeah, chat. But if it's turn 4 and your opponent's playing an aggro deck, and you restore 5 health to your opponent who's still at 30 because you're playing fucking priest and you don't do anything, let's just pretend like it's only gonna heal you, okay? Let's be reasonable people here and assume that if you're having to go Desperate Prayer into the legendary, you've done no damage to your opponent and they are fucking shitting on you. Let's just make that assumption. You guys are pretending like you've managed to do 5 damage to your opponent on turn 4. Look at you guys out here in the Wild West playing children's card games, just inventing priest damage. All right, Rogue is next, and I would like Kraken to be here because there's a mechanical Kraken that I would like him to cover. How about maybe if we just like wiggle him around a little bit? I feel like you will work. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's put you behind me. Put you above me. Oh, what you looking at?
We're back.
You're back. Welcome back.
Oh crap. Discord. I got sucked to the Matrix a little bit. So
I saw that. I heard. I mean, I didn't hear it, but I saw it.
No, I literally I kept ending like I kept opening up my Discord and be a blank like gray screen. I couldn't even like click on things, so I had like end task multiple times. Okay, where are we?
We're on Rogue. We got Field Contact. 3 mana, 3/2. After you play a battle cry or combo card, draw a card. So this is just a static effect that every time you play a battle cry or combo, you draw. So it seems exceedingly powerful.
Yeah, I mean the card I guess that comes to mind is Pinflinger. Pinflinger with this card's kind of crazy, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, is Rogue losing any of their draw potential? Or do they like?
No, I mean they'll have Cutting Class. They'll still have Cutting Class and Swindle, right?
So I think as long as they have Cutting Class, Swindle, and Secret Passage, there's no reason for them to ever play this.
They may play a version of Rogue that just like curves out at 3, right? And you don't even play like Cutting Class or anything, and you just play a whole different Rogue. I don't know. It's very, very weird. Maybe it's too much draw, because you can't have your whole deck draw. You gotta have your deck do something.
Your deck does. Cards need to do things, and this card gets you cards, and hopefully they can do things. But Rogue currently just has Secret. As long as Secret Passage is a 1 mana draw 4 that you keep anything that you basically generated, there's no reason you'd play a card like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like Secret Passage and Skull of Gul'dan are like literally defining for Rogue and Demon Hunter. So
yeah, this card's I'm sure we'll see play at some point, but it may not be immediately. It could be immediately also. I just don't know really.
Yeah.
It's a lot of draw. Rogue's got like a lot of draw.
It is a ton. This card's very good. It's just Rogue has better.
Yeah, for sure. It's very good.
All right, this card I think is very very insane and could be an activator for
Yeah.
many
I mean,
combos.
very fitting that such a broken card is an octopus. So because octopuses are very
1, 2, 3,
broken.
4, 5, 6.
I mean, he probably got
7,
some
8.
back.
All right, good. He has 8 tentacles. That's good.
Yeah.
I was about to be upset.
Yeah. For 8
Yeah.
levers.
So reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. Like, this isn't like just spells or minions. This is straight up just reduce it. And you can play this card and backstab it. So it's not like you can't activate it yourself or shiv it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a 1/4 on 2, which is it's hard to deal 4 straight, like 4 solid damage in one go. Because if you can't deal 4 damage altogether, then you are activating Frenzy. So this card on 2 has got a pretty big back end, so it can just, if it reduces 2 cards in your hand, it's paying for itself, right?
Yeah. What's the difference between Frenzy and Battlecry? So Frenzy states that whenever it takes damage and it lives. So if, for example, this 2 mana 1/4 comes out, Frenzy doesn't hit. And then if like something attacks it and this card lives, the Frenzy goes off.
Yeah.
So I think this card is very good.
Yeah, very. It might be my top 5 cards. It said it's like pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Silverleaf Poison. Silverleaf, not really worth a ton in World of Warcraft. It's not that expensive.
It's not expensive.
So let's see if the poison is any good. Give your weapon after your hero attacks, draw a card. I mean,
it's like fine, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Well, right, you play the Shank, and after you play a poison, you get a durability, and if you play Deadly Poison, you play Silverleaf Poison, this guy is going to give you poisons, and then you just keep shanking your opponents and drawing cards.
Yeah, he'll probably, I mean, if there's a poison deck, yeah. But other than that, like all other forms of rogue will have, like, we mentioned earlier how the field contact won't see play, or might see not as much play till later because there's already enough draw on rogue, and this card just draws card, right? So.
I don't think Nitro is a poison because it's called Nitro. Is it called Nitro Boost Poison or is it just Nitro Boost?
Yeah, it's Nitro Boost Poison.
Oh shit! I didn't realize Nitro Boost Poison. Well, there you go. You got another poison.
Yeah. So you got that poison, and there's another poison at the end here. But I just don't know if this whole poison thing is that great. Seems okay, maybe. But it seems like every time they try to do like a rogue thing where you're trying to build up this powerful weapon, unless it was Kingsbane, which Kingsbane you couldn't get rid of it. It seems like you're filling your deck with a bunch of cards that don't really do anything unless you have a weapon,
Yeah, and without a tutor for weapons, you're
you don't have a 3/1 guy that searches you a weapon, right?
Yeah. So it almost, so maybe the field contact is you just draw weapon stuff. The whole point is just to get through your deck to get to the weapons, so you can just pop off and just, I don't fucking know. But yeah, we've seen big weapons before with stuff like Kingsbane. We've seen it with the Spectral Cutlass. That card had lifesteal, and that was really, really fun. And now we're seeing with poisons. But the thing is, I think they did it. This is the first way they did it correctly, because poisons in WoW for rogues are like one of the like main reasons and one of the coolest things you can do, because like in PvP and PvE, applying the right poisons on the correct weapons can really boost your damage. But in PvP, it also helps you in certain matchups because you can do slowing poison, slow people, you can do mind numbing, which stops their casting time. So like having cool poisons on rogue daggers is cool, but like they've had this before, but just not with like actual poisons. You just like play other shit.
It's cool thematically, and it fits very well for WoW, but I just don't know if it's going to be that great.
Yeah. Wicked Stab. 2 mana, deal 2 damage. 2 mana, deal 4 damage. And then 2 mana, deal 6 damage. So we would have... I see you smiling. So you think it should have done 3 and then 4 and not 4 and then 6?
Right? Yeah. It's 2 mana fireball at 10 mana. I mean, I guess if you get the turn 10, right? But But like, I mean, it's probably worse than Eviscerate because it's not like as flexible. Because Eviscerate could do 4 early on. But I mean, once you get to turn 5, it is Eviscerate. But like in the late game, if you just top deck this off the top, and you're like, here's Fireball.
For 2 it's for 2 mana, yeah. I mean,
for 2 damage.
Yeah, 6 damage seems to be a lot for 2 mana. So, I mean, it seems good. It's weird that, like you said, it doesn't go 2, 3, 4 while everything else goes.
It's the
2,
only
3, 4.
one, I think. I think it's the only one that doesn't go up by 1, which is the weird thing to me.
You know what, Kraken? Consistency. Remember, you have to stay consistent with Hearthstone.
They're like, somebody walked in the room and they're like, okay, every single rank spell goes up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then one guy's like, but what if we gave Rogue a Fireball top deck?
But what about 2, 4, 6?
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Rogue. And they're like, that rhymes. And you're like, yeah. And they're like, let's put it in the game. Let's do it.
We gotta put it in the game.
Gotta put it in the game.
The Hunter goes 2, 4, 6.
Oh, it does? Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. They gave Hunter the Beast one.
Yeah, the Hunter's a 2/2 rush, a 4/4 rush, and a 6/6 rush. Look at Azure paying attention to when we were talking about Hunter.
Zer got me. Zer got me.
All right, Apothecary, 4 mana, 3/2, Battle Cry and Death Rattle, add a random poison to your hand, and we've seen this guy basically before, the 0 guy. So
it's like the exact same card, right?
Well, the poisons didn't. This guy, I think, is gonna give you like a poison, like Silverleaf poison and stuff. But the 0 gave you like, give this minion +2 attack or 3. You know what I mean? He did things that it did with minions, not necessarily like they were poisons, but they weren't weapon poisons.
What people were saying was it was kind of funny how the card's the same mana cost, the same stat line, and the same wording. Like it's like the exact same wording and everything. The only difference is the name on the card, but like the poisons will be different. It'll be like the Silverleaf poison and the
consistency.
Deadly poison.
Consistency.
I mean, they are just a small indie company, so
like,
Gavin can break.
3 mana 2/2. After you play a poison, gain 1 durability. So obviously very good in a poison deck. You can just use it.
Not really sure why you ever play this over like self-sharpening sword, like 9 out of 10 times, unless your just deck is based around this card itself. But there's no way to search up this card, so I don't know.
Yeah, self-sharpening sword just gets more attack and starts with 2 more durability, so it's like already putting 2 poisons on it just to start.
Yeah. I think self-sharpening sword is just better than this card most of the time.
Agreed. Scabs Cutter Butter.
Yeah, Cutter Butter.
Cutter Butters. It just seems good. The fact that it reduces the cost of the next 2 cards you play by 3, regardless if they're spells or if they're minions, I think is just good. There's no downside at all.
So here's my thing. I think this is the Glide of the set.
You really think this is the Glide of the set?
I really think this is the most overrated card of the set. I'm being honest. And I'm not saying because of the effect. I'm saying that what it's going to take for this card to be good in the deck. Now, maybe a different rogue deck pops up. Maybe it's good in like a just completely different rogue deck we haven't seen. But all iterations of rogue that we've seen so far, and even us talking about like the Octobot, right? We're reducing all these cards from like 2 mana to 1 mana, or 1 mana to 0 mana. And this is a combo card on 4. Like, and are we reducing our 1 mana cards or our 2 mana cards? I mean, we're not playing a lot of 3 mana cards, right? I mean,
why wouldn't you play this? Why wouldn't you play this in World Kick? So you can go like World Kick this guy, and then you play.
Not coming back.
Oh,
World Kick rotates. My thing with this card is that whenever you want to play this card, rogues probably played most of the cards in their hand anyway, right? And like I just think this card is going to be like a little... What if you
coin this guy out? You go coin Cutter Butter SI Swindle.
Sure, yeah. I'm not saying the card's bad. I just think that like it's slightly overrated. Like I think
Oh,
that
yeah, I don't think this is like the most broken card Rogue has. It's just a good card. I think it's just a good tempo card. I think that's all it is.
I think a lot of people are going to play Kazakus over this card as a 4-mana card. Like I just don't know if they actually just like what the card does is good. I just don't think people are going to want to play this card. It's going to be too much reduction, right? You already have like Foxy Fraud, and you already have and like people say, well, you can Foxy Fraud to this card, right? But like, why would you want to Foxy Fraud this card on 4 instead of Foxy Frauding on 2? You know, like I just don't know if it's going to come down to where between the Octopus and how rogue cards are cheap already, like is the reduction actually going to matter that much? But I'm sure you'll see play though. I don't doubt that though.
Yeah.
I just really worried about being a 4-mana combo guard. Like, but
yeah, 4 mana is a little awkward for Rogue.
Yeah, that's like my hot take.
Yeah, you can have a hot take. Yeah, all right, Kraken says Scabs Cutter Butter is gonna be the glide of the set.
Hype up card.
Paralytic Poison. Give your weapon +1 attack, and your hero is immune while attacking.
This no go face.
This guy has a straight up hammer. This isn't a dagger. What does this guy have a hammer for?
Why is this man putting Kool-Aid on his hammer?
This man's putting orange Fantango on his Paladin hammer, wearing green leatherback armor.
This man looked like Dark Side, like coming at me, like, what was this? What is this?
Dude, the artwork on this card is so Akko Taco. I hate his armor. I mean, I guess if you're in the Barrens, that's what you look like, but fuck.
Turtle armor, man. You ain't sneaking up on nobody with no turtle armor. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Why does his like armor have like fur? He's undead. He literally doesn't get cold. He has no
this card that makes sense.
Like, why is he wearing fucking fur? Like, as if it's the Barrens. It's hot as fuck. I don't know, man. I don't like that card. I don't like its artwork.
I don't like the card either.
All right, Oil Rig Ambusher. 4 mana, 4/4, battle cry, deal 2 damage. If this is entered your hand this turn, deal 4. Okay.
Okay. Sure. It seems.
4 mana, 4/4 with basically a Vis built in.
I mean, you have to draw it, or you have to be past 4 mana where you go for like Secret Passage, right? Or I mean, I don't see Shadow.
I don't think this card is a hard ability to meet.
Probably not. It just depends if you want to be doing it, right?
Yeah. It just depends. Like if you've got the mana, like if you swindle into it and you don't have the mana, it feels bad. Then on curve, it doesn't feel great. But I think most of the I bet 50% of the time this card gets 4 damage. This card seems really good.
It's gonna hurt your feelings once you're opening it, ain't it?
Yeah. Yoink. Discover a hero power and set its cost to 0. Swap back after 2 uses. So it's a 1 mana, get 4 mana's worth of stuff. Right?
I see a lot of people getting this off Wand Maker. No.
That's not necessarily bad though. Like you pay 1 mana and hero powers cost 2 mana. And you get 2 of them for 0 mana?
What's interesting about this card is that when you have, like, they have all this weapon stuff with Rogue. And the problem with Rogue's hero power and making a weapon-based class is that you can never hero power because it breaks your weapon. Right? So you can just play this Rogue spell and get another hero power that could be the Druid one that buffs up your weapon 1 attack, or the Demon Hunter one. Or Hunter.
Yeah, and it costs 0.
Yeah, I mean,
I look at the savings. Fine. You pay 1 mana to get 4 mana. So you net 3 mana ahead.
Yeah, it's a very interesting card. I have a hard time determining if you ever like main deck this card.
I think it's good.
Or,
I think randomly generated, this is not a bad card to get.
I think it could really help out Rogue in some instances.
Yeah. All right, that's it for Rogue. Overall, a lot of weapon stuff. Seems like a lot of weapon stuff.
Shaman.
All right, Shaman is next. All right, we got, it looks like a lot of Murlocs and Elementals here. So we got the Swan Pool Forager. A 1 mana, 1/2 Murloc Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 Tiny Fin. So it's a 1 mana, 2/3.
Yeah, this card is solid, right? Like just
yeah, seems
whatever,
like it'd be a good Murloc card.
Even aggro, even just like a normal aggro deck. Like, I mean, if there's an aggro shaman that's not Murlocs, like you probably just put this in there. It ain't that bad.
Yeah, 1 mana, 2/3.
Yeah, for sure, right?
4 mana, 2/6, Elemental, Taunt, Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Sure, seems good.
Yeah, it seems good. The only thing that worries me is that activates frenzies.
It does activate frenzies. That is very true.
You know, how much that matters with this card is, I don't know. 2/6 taunt is going to be hard, you know, something to get through, you know.
It just seems like a good elemental. The stat line's fine. It has taunt and it does, you know, 1 damage to everything. I mean, it's no, what is it called? The convincing infiltrator. It's basically a convincing infiltrator without the good part.
Yeah, I like this card a lot. I like more elementals like this. Instead of every single one having the battle cry that we'll see on a couple in this shaman collection, but not on every single one. You know.
Wow.
Speaking of
have you guys seen a pair of rock legs laying around anywhere?
I mean, this man's just shooting out some dirt out of his behind. It looks like. Like he don't need no legs. Dude,
this art is awesome. The lily pad lurker.
I know it's got a little bitty frog in inside the elemental, and the elemental is kind of scary looking.
Yeah, he's straight up sucked up frog boy.
I mean,
5 mana.
like, solid.
Yeah, 5 mana, 4/5 elemental battle cry. If you played an elemental last turn, transform an enemy minion into a 0/1 frog with taunt. So it's a hex built into a minion. Seems good.
Yeah, I think so. I think the card's just fine. It's gonna be like a good tempo. Good tempo card. You're gonna take out the biggest thing, make it a frog, and you get a 4/5. Frog, frog on a stick is pretty solid. Also, the flavor text says the frog didn't do anything wrong, so that means the elemental's an equal person.
We're seeing a lot of these like minions with built-in effects that we've seen before, like minion built-in Abyss, minion built-in Hex, minion built-in Ravaging Ghoul. Like, I don't know. Like, but obviously, if you have a good spell put into a good statted minion, you have a good card.
I mean, they're starting to realize that that's like the gradual. There's 2 things they can do to power creep old cards. They can add draw a card to it, or they can put it on a minion, right? Or they can reduce the cost of it, I guess. But...
Or they have at the start of your turn or at the end of a turn effects.
Oh yeah,
so we have the tiny fins. I wish it would have said Caravan. Caravan. Why couldn't they say Caravan, dude? At the start of your turn, draw a Murloc. Seems, if this was a Murloc, it'd be better, but it's not. So this card's bad, right?
This is our shaman card draw they said we were getting.
This is great! Yay!
Yay! I don't know why. I can think of like another, like if this card was a spell and it said like, if it was like 2 or 3 mana, draw 2 cards, but draw an extra card if you have a Murloc or something. That seems like better, right? But this card just seems not that great.
Yeah, it seems pretty bad.
On the other end, though, Arid Stormer here seems pretty.
All right, let's check it out. 3 mana, 2/5 elemental battle cry. If you played an elemental last turn, which is an effect we saw quite a bit a long time ago, get Rush and Wind Fury. Wow, very powerful.
I mean, we're going to see a neutral card that's a 1 mana card that reduces an elemental by 1, so you can play it on 1 and play this on 2.
Oh wow! All right, that is really good then.
And then you can play the weapon, the 3/2 weapon that puts a 1/1 counter on a minion.
The hammer
on a minion.
The null hammer.
Yeah, and then you can hit this thing, be swinging.
Yeah, it just buffs this thing up, and then it has 3 attack, 4 attack, and it has Wind Fury. So, I mean, this is literally like a thunderstorm elemental.
It also gets Rush. So, like, if they play like, you play your 1 mana elemental, and then like they play like, say it's a hunter or something, or a demon hunter, and they play their like battle fiend or their Wolpertinger, and you play this on 2, and you just go ahead and tempo them out and kill their minions and continue the push damage.
Yeah, you get to kill their caravans with this.
Yeah,
this is the caravan killer.
No caravan is safe from a tornado.
Basically.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and make one complaint though about the Murlocs in this set. Let's go ahead and say this: Finja is on 3 card arts in this set, and there's not a Finja in this set. All right,
I saw that.
Kinda takes me off a little bit. There ain't no Finja in this set.
Yeah, he's right here in the caravan,
and he's right
and
here.
And then
the
he's right here, and then nothing can stop us. And then I've seen him one other place. But yeah, that's like pretty bullshit.
Card, maybe a neutral card.
It might be a neutral Murloc, yeah.
Yeah.
South Coast Chief 10. 2 mana, 3/2 battle cry. If you control another Murloc, deal 2 damage. Good, right? Just auto include in the Murloc.
Super solid. It's like the aggressive version of Merc Sparkle.
Yeah, card's just good.
Yeah, super solid.
This card's nuts.
So funny story about this card. So when this card first got spoiled, I might have been on some rocket fuel, and I legitly thought this thing was casting a fireball with its legs, and I was just like, "Is this?" I thought he was slinging fireballs with his feet, and I was just about to lose my mind. So this card's like, it's 2 mana 2/3. After you play a Murloc, deal 1 damage to all enemies, Altruist. But the only problem with this card is there's just not like card draw that keep it going, right? There's no engine or anything to do this a lot. That's my only worry.
I mean, even if you only play like 2 or 3 Murlocs, it's still really good. Like, you don't have to go too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the card's really good. I mean, it's cheap. It's pretty okay statted for a 2 mana. 2 mana 2/3s is traditionally a pretty good stat line.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if like Altruist was statted at not 2 HP. Like, you get more health, and this costs 2 less with the same ability as Altruist, and there's no Outcast.
They also confirmed this is the same Flurgle from Battlegrounds. So he has gone from being a fungal mancer and making mushrooms to burning everything down, apparently.
Burning everything down with his legs.
With his legs.
3 mana, nothing can stop us. Give your minions +1/+1, and give your Murlocs an extra +1/+1. Literally instant pickup in any Murloc deck, and it's not a terrible randomly generated card, right? And
this is the reason you're playing Murlocs. This card's incredibly good if you're playing these Murlocs. It's just so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's Blessing of what is it? The Druid card. That 3 mana, give everything +1/+1, but you're getting those you're getting 6 mana's worth of value for 3.
Yeah, this card definitely. If there's a card that makes Murlocs playable, it's going to be these two cards: the Firemancer, Flurgle, and the No Fin Can Stop Us.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely nuts.
Hmm.
We're moving to Brocan. 4 mana, 5/4, nature spell damage +3. Seems good.
Solid, aggressive stat line. There's a lot of things you're going to be doing with this. You know, whether it's control decks making their AoE do more damage to aggro decks making their lightning bolts do more damage. It's probably going to see a lot of play.
Yep.
If Shaman's
No
playable, right?
downside. Aggressively statted, insane ability. Good minion. Chain Lightning. 2 mana. Deal 2 damage to a minion and a random adjacent one. Upgrade does 3. Upgrade does 4. I really wish they would have printed this different, where you hit a minion and the next minion over takes 1 less, and it just keeps going until there's no minions. You know what I mean? So deal 2,
Fireball,
the next one deals 1. Yes. That's what Chain Lightning does.
Oh, that's true. That is what it does. But this card's like pretty good, I think.
No, the
it's
card's
doing-
good. I would have just liked to see
Yeah.
bigger flavor.
Yeah, we need more flavor, man. Don't y'all play WoW? Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah. So if your
Hearthstone.
opponent's board is like a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1, you'd Chain Lightning the left, and it would like trickle over and kill all of them.
I'm like, man, they're such they don't even have full level character. Okay, that time it was the actual internet. Okay, the time before it was actually Discord. That was the actual internet.
We
All right, we're on
made
the
it!
we're on the world log, I guess. Let's get...
We're on the Warlocks now. All right, we got the Warlock Caravan. It's actually a horse this time. 2 mana, 1/3 at the start of your turn. Summon a 1 cost from your deck. Terrible.
What?
You
It might
think
be
it's
the
good?
best one of the caravans. I was thinking like some flame imps and stuff.
Yeah, but there's also
Yeah.
Tour Guide, and there's also Spirit Jailer, and there's like, I don't know, a lot
but
of
it's like
the
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's like drawing a card from your deck though. You have Possessed Lackey from the core set. I don't know. I mean, as I said, I think all the caravans are like questionable at best, but I don't know.
I'm thinking
I don't know.
the Paladin one is probably the best.
Yeah, I think Paladin's probably the best.
And then the Camel one. Cabal Outfitter. 3 mana, 3/3, battle cry and death rattle. Give another friendly minion +1/+1. So it's a 3 mana 5/5.
So it's like a mega version of what was it? What's the old classic set card? The 2 mana 3/2 give something +1/+1. What was that card called? Sun Fury.
Sun, yeah. Sun Fury.
Whichever one that is. It's like a
No, it
buff
wasn't
version of
Protector.
that. It's not Protector. That was a taunt one.
Yeah. Champion? I don't know. It
Eh.
seems, I don't know. It's boring. This to me is boring. It doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's incredible, and I don't think it's that flavorful. So,
Next.
arena card.
Yeah. 6 mana, 6/6 taunt, cost 1 while your deck has 10 or fewer cards. So I saw a lot of these, discard cards, and then there's some benefits to discarding these cards. So I'm assuming this is gonna have like the same feel as, the Demon Hunter card that goes to 1 when it has, you have attack. You've got the, I think there's another card that goes to 1 when you do something, and this is just follows that step.
Yeah, I think so. I think this card's pretty solid. I'm
Yeah.
not really sure how Control Warlock looks. I don't think they'll be as. I think Control Warlock can work this set without being as memey as they want with the milling and stuff. Like, I think Warlock draws enough cards naturally to get there. But making defensive tools and stuff like this is what the control decks need. So
Yeah,
I like
1
it.
mana 6/6. Seems good. Battle cry, if your deck is empty, open a portal that fills your board with 3/2 imps each turn.
And they did confirm this to not be every turn, but only your turn.
so you can't
Because
attack with them.
Right, because the card is misleading. The card, it says if you're it says open a portal that
it's
fills
read like
your
Gruul.
board.
Yeah.
Read like Gruul, but the actual portal card itself says only your turn.
At the end of your turn, fill your board with 3/2 imps. Burning Blade portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the meta's got to be like incredibly slow for this to even be thought as an option, right?
I don't really think so.
I mean,
think
maybe. I hope I'm wrong. It's kind of a cool card. But
I mean,
what are you thinking?
I mean, Zephyrus is rotating, which is good because you could just do this and then Bloodlust every turn. Whatever sticks, you just Bloodlust. Warlocks don't have. I mean, it's got like the Last Whisper card that buffs the board. I'm just thinking of ways that as soon as you get an imps to stick, you win, right? And I don't think Warlock has enough buffs to get that done.
Yeah, because my whole problem with this whole like philosophy of this deck, which honestly, what if this card's like a zoo card? What if this is like a card you put in your zoo deck to like, they draw through their whole deck like super fast, and you just like, this is your last way to win versus control decks?
I mean, I guess you could play a zoo and you just run like stuff like Altar of Fire and just like, it's just a mill zoo, right? So you just run so you'd run all of the good zoo cards, and then you just take out some of the questionable ones with like Altar of Fire, this guy, and like her.
Yeah, because my biggest problem is that this requires your deck to be empty, and then all the cards are milling. Like, Altar of Fire does both decks, so like if you just happen to mill Mirror, then you just like, oh, there goes that,
Yeah, but then you also have stuff like Soul Rend, which is deal 5 damage to all minions, and then destroy a card in your deck for each one killed. So we get the mill factor, but this is definitely not like a zoo card. So we have like other support, but we'll get to them when they get there. So we have Altar of Fire, 1 mana to destroy the top 3 cards of each deck. So inherently an exceedingly powerful combo destroyer card. This is just a good card.
This card is about to tick some wild players off. It really is. Like they're going to be Polkelt. They're like, next turn I draw my Shadow Priest for my Anduin, and this guy's gonna be Altar of Fire, and they're like, gone. Your whole win condition's gone. Like, just
well. That's what happens when you have a deck that revolves around a 1 card and it working, so they deserve that. That's why you play a well-rounded deck.
This card's like going to be good, and I mean, I can't like think off the top of my head what it's going to be good in, but like just destroying 3 cards off your opponent's deck is just going to be good in so many matchups. You have so many chances to kill or like destroy just important cards, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a good card. Like, it's not like a zoo card. It's just like in situations, this card is gonna like just straight up win games. 1 mana, sometimes win games. Grimoire of Sacrifice. 1 mana, destroy a friendly minion, deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. Seems really good.
This card's like really good with Explosive Sheep. Like,
oh, the sheepies.
The sheepy is in the core set, so you can just like do for 3 mana. It's 3 mana, deal 4 to everything.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, either way, you still have like stuff like Possessed Lackey in the core set to also do it on. So it seems like a pretty solid card.
Yeah. This card though seems a little nuts. So we have a 3 mana 1/3. Whenever you cast a shadow spell that costs 1 or more, add a copy of your hand that costs 0.
Yeah, I can see a lot of decks just shoving this in the deck, and then it'll get some value at some point in the game. I mean,
I'll have to look up all the shadow spells and see what we can compile together for an OTK or some crazy combo.
Yeah, I can't think of any OTKs off the top of my head. I know that like in the core set, like they reduce Siphon Soul. So for 8 mana, you can cast 2 Siphon Souls. I guess you can cast 2 Grimoire of Sacrifices if you wanted to. I don't know. I don't really know all the shadow spells off the top of my head. Is Cascading Disaster become a shadow spell? Holy crap, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I
that's pretty
believe.
good.
For some reason, I went classic cards. I don't think this is including all the new stuff though.
They have not updated. They have not updated like current cards that will become.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say there's a lot of cards that aren't in there right now.
Yeah, he's been one of the guys on Twitter has been like responding to people's like comments about what will and what not. That's where I found out about like Lightning Bloom and Nature Studies becoming one.
It's crazy how they like like developers they're just like tweeting this stuff and it's not like actually on the website.
Yeah,
like you think that the website would be the source of like where you'd get all of the info, and all of the info is like found by scourging like all these fucking developers' Twitter pages. Soul Rend, 4 mana, shadow, deal 5 damage to all minions, destroy a card in your deck for each killed. I don't know what to say about this card, to be honest. I don't think discarding your deck and destroying it's gonna be a good play.
I don't think so either. I don't think this card's very good. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage, but like, you're destroying your whole deck. There's only so much destroying of your deck you can do before you just like your deck does nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So I just don't think. I think it's like a bad thing that happens when like you Yogg box or like you know what I mean. Those random cast spell cards, like you hit this and it's really bad.
Fortunately, Darth Lord, the employees that they fired, none of them were part of the Hearthstone division of Blizzard.
Yeah, they were part of like the Call of Duty and the other
Call
parts.
of Duty and Overwatch, I believe.
Yeah, and they were part of the casting, and he didn't get a 10 million, he got a $200 million raise.
Yeah, far
and not
more
raise,
than
bonus. Yeah, he got $200 million as a bonus.
Yeah. Still not good, but they aren't. None of the Hearthstone people were touched.
3 mana, 3/3, lifesteal, battle cry. If your deck contains 10 or fewer cards, deal 6 damage to a minion. Garbage.
What? I think this might be one of the best Warlock cards. It's like
I guess it has lifesteal, so if it does 6, you heal 6, right?
Yeah, like the problem with like control Warlock decks, right, is that like they usually don't have enough survivability. They have all the removal in the world, all the win conditions in the world. They just don't have a way to survive. So they're always looking for lifesteal and stuff. So I could see like more slower decks just playing this card. Like if they play this on 3, they'll gain 3 life back. They use like life tapping, but then in the later game they use this and gain 6 damage back.
Really? You think that people will play this card just cause?
Yeah. I'm probably wrong, but it's I don't know. Just from some of the Warlock people I was talking to, they were like pretty excited about this card. And control decks. Yeah, they said it was like something they could curve out in 3 and play, and then it was something that in the late game when they're like running out of removal or they've life tapped a lot, they can just like kill something and gain 6 back. And then it could be 9 back because they could deal 6 and then they have to kill it, so it'd be 9 total life gain. But I don't know. It could be really bad. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like the requirement is too much. Like I don't know. I just feel like the whole only having 10 cards in your deck to fulfill basically. I don't know how good a 3 mana 3/3 lifesteal card is. I just don't feel like that's good enough.
Nah.
Imp Swarm, 2 mana, summon a 3/2 imp, and then it upgrades to summon 2 3/2 imps, and then it summons 3 3/2 imps. So. A bad card.
Maybe.
Yeah. A 2 mana 3/2 is bad.
2 mana 3/2 is bad.
A 5 mana 2 3/2s is bad, and then, like, I guess at 10 mana it's
not
good
a 5
enough.
mana 3. That's the thing. It's not 5 mana 2 3/2s.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not 5 mana.
So like it's just on turn 5. So I could see it like top deck. It's a lot of stats, late in the game, but it's still not like incredible, right? It's just there.
Yeah, I guess the best word you'd call this is just fair. Like, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't.
I mean, it doesn't excite me. It doesn't get me
It doesn't
like
excite me.
excited.
No. Yeah. This card does not shriek cool upgrade stuff.
I mean, the whole next we move on to warrior. It looks like.
Yep. We got warrior and then neutrals. I know it's been long, so thanks for sticking around, Kraken. I know this is a
Oh no,
chugging.
I've had a fun time.
All right, we got Whirling Combatant. 4 mana, 2/6 Battlecry Frenzy. Deal 1 damage to all other minions. They like this 4 mana, 2/6 stat line, eh?
So it's like a Omega Frenzy Ghoul or whatever it was called. Like there was 3 mana 3/3 that dealt 1 damage to everything or all other things. And then this one survives. It does it again. So
It seems
maybe
okay.
it's worth it. Yeah, I mean,
if you're gonna play
a
Frenzy Warrior, right? This when played activates Frenzy, and then when it takes damage, it activates Frenzy, and it also is damaging your opponent's stuff. I think this is a good card.
I think so too, and it also curves out into the next card.
Yeah, and it also has like a cool art. Like the art on this is actually really good.
Yeah, this man is just like going that hammer time on some axes.
Oh
on
my
these
god.
raptors.
5 mana, 4/5 Pirate Rush. Frenzy, draw a card. I hate the artwork on this. It's disgusting. Got nipple piercings.
Dude, he's the anchor man, dude.
He's the anchor man.
I mean, don't you see this flavor text? It says Brug will read anything you put on the parchment paper, anything. He's an anchor.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of the anchor man.
I mean, card seems fine. I'm not sure if decks will have room for him. They might. Some decks will, but he seems solid.
No. Bad.
Oh, you don't like the nipples.
Yeah, he gets 0 stars from me.
For the nipple.
He's fine, Rob. No, he's not. He's terrible. No, he'll never see play. 2 mana, bulk up, give a random taunt minion in your hand. +1/+1 and copy it. I think the +1/+1 is like was terrible, but the copy it is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's an interesting card. I mean, I don't think it's like
they've been trying to fucking push Taunt Warrior for how long now? That deck has literally never been a thing.
You got 3 mana, +5/+5. You can copy it.
Wow.
You got the guy we're going to talk about last.
Wow. The only Quest Warrior deck that's ever been good is the Rag one. Where you played, what was it, 6 or 7 taunt minions, and you got the Rag hero power. That shit was lit.
Yeah, it had my favorite little baby dinosaur in it. Direhorn, hatchling, whatever.
And it turned into Big Papa.
Big Papa. Yeah.
Outrider's Axe. 4 mana, 3/3 weapon. After your hero attacks and kills a minion, draw a card. Seems good.
Card's good, right? I mean, how can this card not be good? Like, it's 4 mana, draw 3 potentially.
Yeah, the only problem is like you're swinging into minions, and attacking minions makes you take damage, and taking damage, too much of that kills you. So there is some downside, but it does seem like a very powerful weapon. So
yeah,
Rancor.
Yeah.
Oh no, go on.
Rancor. Yeah.
Were you gonna add something to Outrider's Axe?
Nah, I was just saying. I was only gonna say that like you could see this card fighting for the Sword Eater slot some.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless people want to play like 2 of this card and 1 Sword Eater, or like 2 Sword Eaters and 1 of this card or something like that,
Mm-hmm. It really depends like what your deck's trying to do, right? Like, because drawing isn't really something every deck needs to do. It's helpful, but like sometimes Sword Eater having the minion with just a 3/2 is better than a 4-mana 3/3 that actually has to kill something to draw.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, I agree. But Rancor here.
So 4 mana to deal 2 to all minions to gain 2 armor for each one destroyed. I mean, I just feel like that's 4 mana for 2 damage. That's not a lot.
Yeah, same as Holy Nova and Consecration. It's basically Holy Nova on crack. Like, I mean, it's good, Barov. But I mean,
yeah,
I think
Lord Baroff
I think
Rancor.
it's one of those cards where like there's gonna be some metas where this card's like very good, and some metas where you're just gonna play like one of it maybe. I think it's also one thing that interesting about this is that there's also going to probably be turns where on turn 3 you play Bladestorm, you kill 1 or 2 things, but it only damages the rest of them, and then you play this on 4 and it kills the rest of the board, and you basically regain the armor back to the damage you probably took, you know? So, I mean, card seems fine. It's not like busted or anything. But...
Yeah, because I'm thinking like your other option is like Barricade, and Barricade is a good card. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the meta becomes a bunch of aggro decks, and you're gonna like just hard run 2 of this card probably.
Oh yeah. If in aggro you're running 2 Rancors and 2 Barricades.
Yeah, it's gonna make any hunter deck that plays Wolpertinger cry. Like it's just gonna be really sad. But
conditioning.
We have the warrior.
Give minions in your hand +1/+1 +2/2 This card's trash.
It's so trash, right? Like it's
this
it's
is
not good on
trash.
2. You're telling me that on 5 you're not gonna be playing cards and you're gonna be waiting to buff this up, and then 10 mana. What cards are you gonna have in your hand? Like, you know, like I mean, you
why
is
this
a lot of cards.
Why does this have to be the warrior level up card? Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
It could have been
this is literally the caravan for hunters. This is literally the hunter caravan, and we had to use the warrior level up card for this. Why couldn't the level up be like gain 4, gain 2, gain 4, gain 6 armor? Like, I would have taken that. That's still trash. Literally 2 armor for 2 mana, 2 mana for 4 armor. Like, that's all trash, but it's better than this.
Yeah, I think we're going to see upgrade return in future sets, but they're probably going to be better than these upgrade spells from this cycle because, you know, they always test them. They always test things in card games. And
what if this was give your weapon +1/+1?
I'd be okay.
It'd be really good.
It'd be really good. And you're not. It's not broken because like at like 5 and 10 mana, you know, the game has gone on longer probably.
Yeah, I mean, at 5 mana, it's like playing 2 upgrades.
Yeah.
9 mana at 10/3 Gore Howl. Yeah. So what?
Yeah, sure.
How's that different than fucking self-sharpening sword? That's a 10-2 by turn 4.
Yeah, like that'd probably be better. I know they're promoting this whole like rush minion frenzy thing or whatever, and if your frenzy minions are bigger, then they can survive more. They get frenzied, but you know, it obviously goes like on curve. It goes okay with the legendary. We'll talk about here in a minute.
Yeah, we got Overload, Sourfang, 7 mana 5/4, Battlecry, Resurrect 2 friendly, Frenzy minion, deal 1 damage to all other minions.
Important WoW character. Yeah.
Would you like to provide lore?
I mean, Sylvanas killed him in the like unwillingly, right? I hate that. That's the only thing I can remember about him right now. Is that he
important WoW character? Her. You want to divulge info? Yeah, he dead.
I mean, okay. So Sylvanas is like the most hated character in WoW because like he challenged her to Montcarrat and they're fighting with weapons and stuff. And then she's like, "Oh crap, I'm losing. Here's magic, blow you up." And then and he's like, "Why did you cheat?" Oh.
I was expecting some like epic 30-second story, and I got, yo, he dead.
I mean, I don't know all the lore behind him, but I do know he's like an important character in a while.
Well, he's good. He's good. Resurrecting 2 frenzy minions and then proccing their frenzies is good. So we got a good warrior card.
I mean, this card's gonna be like really good, right?
Yeah. I mean, warrior. It got 2 whirling combatants. It got some war song envy. It didn't really get that many. Is there a neutral frenzies? We'll have to look at neutral frenzies. But like, if we're looking,
there is a 6-mana 4/8 that when frenzy destroy enemy minion that curves into this card, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that is good. 6 mana 4/8. Yeah, that works. But yes, very good value if he summons good frenzy minions. The warrior legendary, Rakara, 3 mana 2/3 rush. After a friendly minion attacks and survives, give it +1/+1. Sure. Yes.
Sure. I'm not really. I'd have to look at all cards in standard to see what you surround this card with, but sure. I mean, I don't think it's a bad card. I just don't really know what the deck's looking like.
Yeah, she seems.
Well, there is. Oh wait, there is that 3 mana 4/3 that copies like when you play a rush minion, right?
Yeah, but it makes it at 1 health. So like but it has to survive for it to get +1/+1, so it doesn't even work.
Yeah, but there'll be 2 copies of this on the board, so like you can attack with something that's not these 2, and it gets +2/+2, I guess. But I'm just thinking crazy. That's probably not.
And
good.
like even on Rattlegore doesn't even function like that. If you give Rattlegore +1/+1, when he dies, he still goes down to whatever he would go down to normally without the buff.
Yeah.
So it's not even like this like makes Rattlegore forever live. Not that you need that anyway.
This card probably doesn't see that much play. Honestly. Yeah. It's not even good stats for a 3 mana card.
Yeah, and there she is in Rancor. That's her. Or Ronak.
So just a little like 10-second sidetrack. So there was like an Ungoro poster where Elise is exploring a cave or something, and there's like a bunch of like children. All the mercenaries match up to the children in the cave. It's weird.
Which mercenaries?
Like the warrior legendary right here is a mercenary. The druid card that puts +2/+2 to the cards is a mercenary. Like every class has its mercenary. And like there's an old card art. Not card art, but an old like wallpaper for Ungoro where Elise is like holding a torch up in a cave and she's like teaching some like younglings to explore, and like all the younglings like match up to a lot of the mercenaries, which is very interesting.
Oh wow.
I'll send it to you later.
That's pretty interesting. That's some future thinking right there. 1 mana 1/3 Warsong Envy Frenzy +1 attack for each damaged character. Sure.
Sure. 1 mana card. It probably becomes like a 2/2 sometimes, you know. Like
he gets +1 attack. It's not even health. The health would be fucking nuts. But yeah.
I mean, sure, it's fine, I guess. It's
just been
like
lurking. When can we open packs when the expansion comes out? Which is the 30th.
Yeah, they haven't really. I mean, sometimes they announce that like
like, you mean open packs early through the what do you call them?
Fireside gatherings.
Fireside gatherings. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea if they're gonna do that. I'm assuming they will, and it's normally like what, 3 days before or something.
Like 3 days before or something, yeah.
Yeah, 3 days before sounds right. If it does come out BBQ, I'll be making a video on it. It starts Saturday. We'll see. Yeah, 5 mana 4/4. Taunt Battlecry. If your hero attack this turn, summon a copy of this. Seems good.
Seems good. It's also got like a really funny voice line when you play it. It says "Built Horde Tough." Is it like you play the card and the card's like "Built Horde Tough"?
Oh my god. Built Horde Tough. Okay.
But this card seems great, right? The 8/8 worth of stats. It's easy to activate. You got the 4 mana weapon and Sword Eater. Like, I mean,
well, if we're gonna say this card is good, right? We're gonna say a 5 mana 8/8 is good. How is then the 5 mana 8/8 priest card not just as good?
This card can be buffed, and you can come more than an 8/8, and it's also usually when you spread stats over multiple bodies, they get better sometimes, right?
Okay.
Because they
Good
can't.
argument.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm just trying to think why this card, it does feel like it's better than the other card, but the priest card is still a 5-mana 8/8. This is still a 5-mana 8/8, and the priest is an easier requirement than this card to reach. This requires you to actually have a weapon.
I would argue that this one's easier because like the only way you can achieve a 5-mana 8/8 with the priest card on turn 5 is if you play the 0-mana card. Like, I'm not sure you're putting that 0-mana card in your deck, you know. Like,
unless you have a lifesteal minion down.
Right, or you have a lifesteal minion down. And this card, you have Sword Eater and Outrider's Axe to play on 4. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're equal.
Dude.
When it comes to...
Shrug with the 10 gifted subs. Holy crap, man. Thank you so much, homie. Dude, Z3PO with the sub. The Myth, Gray, Vev, W Key, Salty Surprise, Cosmic Camel, Danish, Blob, and Wowtorn, all with the subs. Dude, thank you so much, man. That's so very generous of you. Very underrated streamer. Dude, thank you, homie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Warshak's the best.
Frequently watching the YouTube, first time watching the stream. Dude, well, welcome and thank you so much, man. That's fucking sick. Coming in here, dropped the follow 2 minutes ago, and then gifted 10 subs out of nowhere. You're friggin' awesome. Thank you so much.
Wow.
You lit?
Yeah.
All right. So this good taunt card gets buffed with stuff, makes more stuff.
Taunt good.
Taunt good. Built horde tough. Horde tough. All right, we're at the neutrals now. I think we actually have, oh my god, there's a lot of neutrals. But the good news is some of them don't require as much to cover. So.
Yeah, we can go through them pretty fast, probably.
Far watch posts. So these, I'm not gonna lie, are some of my favorite cards that got released. The watchtowers, they just seem so cool.
Really good.
Yes, I think they're good too.
I think they're very good. I think this 2-mana one.
I'm not sure how good this one is, but the other two are good. So this is a 2-mana 2/4 can attack. After your opponent draws a card, it costs 1 more up to 10. So obviously can't cost more than 10.
So I mean, this card
Dude,
is...
there's no way. Shrug. Dude, this guy is literally going crazy.
This means
what are you doing, Shrug?
Dude,
Shrug's going absolutely fucking nuts. Ox got a sub, Spaghetti got a sub, Vlad got a sub, ED got a sub, OS got a sub, R-Bear got a sub, BBQ got a sub, Overlord got a sub, ARR got a sub, Yeleen got a sub. Dude, everybody, right now, if you're in the channel, look under your fucking gaming chairs, because I know all you guys got them, you D-gens. Y'all got subs under your gaming chairs. And who's it from? Your boy Shrug.
Shrug's the GOAT today.
Dude, Shrug is the GOAT. Dude, thank you, Shrug. Holy shit, man. That's very generous, and I thank you. That's nuts. Thank you, dude. There's no way. There's no way. Kraken, how are we supposed to review cards, bro?
Oh my goodness.
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh my goodness. This man's out here trying...
Oh my god.
This man's trying to out here rival Mamba, dude. Like, what's going on? Holy moly.
Dude,
I about popped out of my chair when I looked.
What the fuck?
Shrug.
You know what? Somebody got their stimmy stick. Somebody got a stimmy stick. And I think it's our boy Shrug. Dude, holy shit. So Shrug, who got the subs? Lily got a sub. Esvar got a sub. Disgraced Panda got a sub. The Exterminator got a sub. Zane got a sub. DF got a sub. True Unicorn got a sub. Our bot got a sub. Music and Food got a sub. Dose Lethal got a sub. Cello got a sub. Sham Guy got a sub. Hisaka got a sub. Elusive Lucy got a sub. Kurt got a sub. Az got a sub. Chives got a sub. Downtown got a sub. Bruce Wayne got a sub. Arabu got a sub. The Nerve Breaker got a sub. Marak got a sub. Lawboyd got a sub. Pork Chop got a sub. Jake's got a sub. Jibby got a sub. Hipty got a sub. Cap got a sub. I Try So Hard got a sub. And Parmesan got a sub. Holy fuck. Dude, thank you, Shrug. Dude, you just gifted out. Dude, 50 subs. 50 damn subs. We lost Kraken. Kraken just left. We've lost him. Dude, Shrug, that's actually freaking nuts. Thank you so much, man. Holy mother. I'm glad you like, I'm very happy you like the YouTube that much. That makes me very happy. That's very exciting. Also, if you got some subs, boys, spam those new emotes. Spam those emotes. If you got subs, because of our boy Shrug, and then Shrug himself and then Shrug subs. The casual tier 1 sub coming from Shrug. I almost forgot my own. Dude, that's nuts. Thank you, Shrug. All right. Kraken. Let's get Kraken. All right, Kraken is muted.
I am muted, apparently. Okay,
all right,
yeah.
welcome back, Kraken.
Welcome. Thank you, Shrug, again for all the subs. For the worst.
Dude, that is
man.
actually nuts. All right.
That's nuts.
Let's get Kraken. Far Watch Post. What?
not as crazy as his Far Watch Post, though.
I think this card is not as good as the other ones.
I think it might be the best one.
Really? You think this is the best one?
Well, I don't know. I think it's either this or the 3-mana one, because like this one's gonna be so annoying. Like you're gonna coin this out on turn 1 or 2, and this everything they draw from there on out is gonna be one more. And like if it's rogue, they have a 0-mana card. It's gonna be 1. I know like some people were doing were today on the thing. On the streams that people were doing where they were playing the Druid alignment card, and they were alignment it playing this, and then like things cost 1, but theirs were costing 2. I don't know, but I love these watch posts, and I love the payoff card that we'll get to.
Yeah, I like the static. Yeah, I like that they can attack, and they're just like really well statted that do something over time. It's like a slow buildup. It's like one of those I don't know if you've played, what is it? I think it's not like Clash Royale when you used to build like a tent, and the tent would send out like 2 ogres to your lane each turn. I don't know, just static effects that like build up over time that provide like a lot of value if left unchecked. So yeah, I like the watch post a lot.
When they showed off these cards in the trailer they made it like Warcraft 3, where they're like building the watch posts like it's a strategy game, an RPG, not RPG, like turn-based, or this is a strategy game,
Yeah, like the StarCraft games, like
StarCraft and stuff, or like Warcraft.
Yeah. RTS, real-time strategy. There you go. There you go.
Real-time strategy. Yeah.
Damn, this guy's conking, dude. 2 mana, 1/3 Murloc. After you summon a Murloc, give it +1 attack and rush. Very good, right?
I mean, this is just Murloc carpet, right?
Yeah. And carpet was good.
And like, sure, carpet was a 1/6, so it was like extremely hard to kill. But I mean, I think bumping it down 1 mana and making it 1/3 isn't terrible.
Well, the thing is, like, it didn't work for every card. It was only certain cards. This works for every Murloc, and every minion in the deck, if you're running a Murloc deck, is probably a Murloc. So
yeah, true.
And one of the biggest, one of those biggest problems with the Murloc decks, right, is it didn't run any removal. This provides you with that removal, right?
It does, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
The new River Croc.
Dude, this guy is solid. Like,
dude, River Croc's insane now. Dude, he has 2 darts in him. Look, he has a dart on his right shoulder and a dart in his neck, and he's still thrashing and bashing, dude.
Dude, this guy looks crazy, dude. He looks like that sci-fi like Super Croc movie. Like,
it's Renekton with extra arms.
It seems super solid in like any aggro deck. Like you just put it in there, and like if they don't kill it, they just take 3. So I mean,
yeah, just seems like it's not a just completely utterly useless 2 mana 2/3 card. Like Frenzy, deal 3 damage is good.
I agree.
Talented Arcanist. 2 mana, 1/3 battle cry. Your next spell this turn has +2 spell damage. What are you thinking?
It's interesting, right? It doesn't seem like incredible. It doesn't seem bad. But it's very cool with like Shooting Star and Mage, or any burn spell and Shaman, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if this will be main decked, but if it is, I mean, the +2 extra spell damage, like you said, Shooting Star, Arcane Explosion, anything that works well with. I mean, even Priest, you play this and then the 1 mana Priest AoE, so it's a 3 mana deal 3 to all your opponent's stuff.
It's so interesting being neutral because you could also play this in Warrior and like Rancor and just like deal 4.
Oh,
So
yeah, this with Rancor. Yeah.
Oh, and since it kills itself from the Rancor, you're gaining 2 extra armor.
Yes,
Interesting.
that is true.
I don't know. It's interesting. I could see him play somewhere, somehow.
3 mana, 2/4. Your Death Rattle cards cost 1 less. Just trash, right? Pack filler.
It's too slow.
Yeah.
It's like too
Pack
slow.
filler.
Yeah.
3 mana, 4/3. After a friendly friendly secret is revealed, gain 2/2. So it's like reversed Arcanist.
Yeah, I actually think this card is like really good. Like, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like when it comes to all these secret decks running around, like they're going to be wanting to play this.
No, yeah.
Hunter's going to want to be playing this because Hunter can play 2 mana secret into this card.
Yeah.
I think what makes this card crazy is that like a lot of the secrets for a lot of the decks, whether it be Mage or Hunter or Paladin, they're all like board centric. So like it being a pretty decently statted minion in itself just only helps it, right?
Yeah. If this card was statted like a 3 mana 3/3 or a 3 mana 2/3 or anything less than what it is, it probably wouldn't be as good. But the fact that this is already statted competitively and it only gets better if you run secrets, I mean, it just seems like one of those cards that you would just throw into your secret decks. See how it does. If it doesn't perform, you take it out. But it's definitely like one of those cards that you would like, you build a deck, you type in the word secret, and then it's a secret synergy card, you put it in. And if it performs well, you're like yippee, and if it performs bad, you're like, all right, see you later.
Yeah, because I think one thing you could see with this card is you could see the Hunter secret played on 2 that copies a minion that's attacked, and then you play this on 3. So they attack this thing, it gets a copy of itself and it buffs it.
Oh, pack tactics, yeah, that's insane.
Pack tactics, that seems insane.
You're exactly right. So it doesn't die, it makes a copy, and that gets buffed. X fucking D. 3 mana, 2/4. Taunt, Death Rattle, restore 4 health to your hero. Pack filler.
Sure, yeah.
Hog Rancher! 3 mana, 3/2. Battle cries. Summon a 2/1 hog with rush. There it is.
Dude, piggy too.
Yeah. This thing reminds me of the 7 Deadly Sins pig.
Oh, true. Yeah, I was thinking Wilbur, but yeah, that's probably a better description. That was a good one. Yeah, I like this thing. Right. So this card doesn't seem terrible, but I mean, probably pack filler.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's a 3 mana 5/3.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna put like a little asterisk beside this card. It might see some play. We'll see. I don't know.
I mean, the fact that the pig is a 2/1 is kind of a big deal. If it was a 1/1, it'd be trash. But a 2/1 is actually not the worst thing.
I can see some like Beast Hunter deck playing Scavenging Hyena into this on 3, killing their opponent's thing and buffing up the Hyena at the same time or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the worst pack filler.
No.
3 mana, 4/3 pirate. Battle cry, give your weapon +1 attack. Trash, right?
Yeah.
All right. Like, it's statted really well, but the +1 attack on weapons, like, sure, like, you just run Deadly Poison over this or something. I don't know. This doesn't seem to be bad. This card, though, seems really good to me.
I think so, too.
I think this card is
gonna see play.
Yeah, because it's a 3 mana 1/3, but it has poisonous. So think if this card has infinite attack. Like, it could just kill whatever. It's just hard. It's just an annoying card, and it's gonna discover a spell, And most of the time, like discovering a spell, you're gonna get at least one okay option. So this is gonna go for 1 plus you get a good option. So
And I also
you
just want to
net
go ahead and
ahead.
mention that like discover and randomly generated effects, or like stuff like wand maker and discover effects are getting a lot better, especially in the first set of rotation, because there's going to be such a more limited card pool.
Yeah. You get more of an on-point selection and not necessarily a random filled trash.
Yeah.
Also, he's a cool looking scorpion. I'm not gonna lie, this guy, this is a, I mean, I'm just saying, man. If you could have a pet as a hunter,
He's got
I
like
would
some
tame
tusk coming out of him.
yeah, he's chilling, dude.
Yeah.
He's straight up chilling. 3 mana, 3/4, frenzied, gain divine shield. Pack filler.
What?
What?
I think this card could see a lot of play.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this is like a neutral version of the Paladin card, right? The 4/2 that gets Divine Shield with Spell Burst. Like, it's not exactly the same, but it's not bad. I could see this in some decks. I'm not gonna say it's great or anything, but
Why wouldn't you, if you want to play
bad.
this guy, why wouldn't you play the 3 mana 4/2 Paladin card, Divine Shield, Spell Burst, Divine Shield?
Because only Paladin can play it.
Yeah, so if you're gonna play a card that's worse than the Paladin card that plays this card, then wouldn't you just play the Paladin deck that plays the better version of this card? That's just a good deck.
I mean, there might be in like an aggro or like a more tempo based deck that would just want something like this, because it's not necessarily worse than the 4/2.
I mean, there's Rally. Rally resummons this for free.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like like this card I think has potential, maybe.
Okay, I'll take it. Potential.
Yeah, it's very annoying to deal with.
Gruntled Patron. 4 mana, 3/3. Frenzy. Summon another Gruntled Patron.
He's an patron, dude.
He looks evil, dude. This guy looks like he is a mean customer.
I mean, he's a Iron Dwarf, right? Looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, how can he be so angry with so much rocket fuel in both hands?
I know, right? They're full. I mean, he straight up
This man
stabbed
just,
the
like,
table.
wants more.
Yeah.
Why does this
I'm
man
not a
want
fan.
more? No, I don't
It
think so
seems
either.
bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This
So this is the card you
you're
were talking about earlier. Yeah. So 6 mana, 4/8. So huge stats. Huge stats. Frenzy. Destroy a random enemy minion. I mean, it seems good.
Yeah, I think this card's pretty solid. I think this card's
It's
kind of
thick as
funny
fuck.
for a random reason. He's beating people with a giant totem for one. Two, his name sounds like it could either be like a Native American name, or it could be like him saying something like he'd be like Toro Brave. like he's saying that he is brave.
Like a Groot. Like his only words are Daro Brave.
Toro Brave.
Are we going into battle, Toro? Doro Brave. I am Doro Brave. Me smash.
Smash. I want this totem as a card. Whatever this totem is right here. I want this as a totem. I want Smash Totem.
So Frenzy Warrior plays this card.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe like a ramp druid or a big druid plays it, maybe if they want to, because it's just a big minion that can kill something. I don't know, maybe. But that's, yeah, it's pretty solid, it seems.
I'll try him out for sure. Oro Brave. This card in Wild seems like he's gonna be nuts, because it's a 4 mana 5/10 taunt, battle cry, deal 6 damage to this minion. So normally he'd be a 4 mana 5/4, but because you have that 4 mana card that pulls a 4 mana taunt minion or less from your deck, I think it's called Oaken Summons, right?
Yeah, because right now wild druid decks already play Oaken Summons with a 3/9 for 4. The one that summons 3, it gives your opponent 3 1-drop minions.
Yeah,
this is better.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw this card and I was like, finally in Wild, I can not play that stupid 3/9. Like, I hated playing it so much.
Yeah, this card just seems like very. Also, anything that randomly generates 4 mana minions now has the ability to generate a 5/10 with taunt. So, like, that's just a massive fucking stat line for 4 mana. South Sea Scoundrel, 4 mana, 5/5 pirate, battle cry. Discover a card in your opponent's deck. They draw theirs as well. What you think?
I mean, according to Lucre, they're calling this card South Seed Stepsister. Like, that's what Twitter was calling her today, apparently.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, it's like heavily statted, right? It's a 4 mana 5/5, so it's above the curve. But you're drawing your opponent a card, and that card may or may not benefit you, but they built their deck, so their card probably benefits them. You do get to choose it though, so you could give them a card you don't think benefits them, but I don't know. What about you? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the combinations of which this is like a good thing for you, running any sort of pirate deck. And I just can't think why this would be played over something else. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're getting to draw them a card. So I mean, if for 1-to-1 purposes, like, you're still netting ahead because you're playing a card and then you're getting a card and you're choosing what they draw. And like, maybe they don't want to draw, like, I don't even know what card you wouldn't want to draw. Like,
yeah, I think they should have like I think it's like probably got like a tiny bit of chance to see play, but I mean, when I say tiny, it's probably pretty tiny, right? I mean, it can't be that great. I just don't trust cards that draw cards for your opponent. Like, I don't know.
Unless you like can fill their hand up with unplayable cards. I don't know. My brain can't go there right now. We're fucking we're almost 4 hours deep into reviewing cards. South Sea Scoundrel does not.
Yeah, we'll just say no and then move on.
It's a card that does things, and those things may or may not be good eventually. Ooh, 5 mana 1/1. Did I say? Okay, so again, it has a death rattle though, so this is good with bear off. Oh no. Death rattle, summon a 5/8 demon spawn with taunt. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, seems like a buff version. There was that old card that was like a 6 mana 2/2 that summoned like a 6/6 or something when it died. But I think that card it had to die on your opponent's turn also. So I think this card's just like a power creep, right? Any sacrifice
ability. So I think a warlock had one where it's like deal 2 damage to your minion, kill a minion and then deal 2 to all your opponent's minions. So that could be useful with something like this.
6 mana, yeah. And as you said before, the demon hunter guy summons it.
Interesting 5-drop.
Yeah.
5 mana 3/7 taunt, frenzy, game armor equal to the damage taken. So he has to live in order to get the armor.
So the most you can gain is 6.
So the most armor this could possibly gain is 6, and I do not like this card.
No, the only way it's gonna be good is they keep printing all these randomly good cards to get off Jandis.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great 5 mana frenzy card to get off Jandis, but like,
right,
dude, Jandis's pull is insane.
It's like she's gonna have to be nerfed to be like 4 drops or something, or like
yeah.
Different.
I think almost every 5-drop she provides now is good. I don't think there's a single bad 5-drop.
Well, there's like the 1/1 bat, but other than that, there's not too much, I don't think.
Only good, no bad.
No bad.
4 mana 5/7 death rattle, deal 5 damage to your hero.
Overly statted, but
it's a card.
This is what they tried to show us in the death rattle demon hunter deck.
Really?
They tried showing us this 5/7. They're like, yeah, if you play the 2/2 Quill Boar into the 3/3 Boar into this 4-drop right here, that's nuts, guys. And we're like, is it though?
Is it though? I mean, it is a 5/7, but currently Demon Hunters have a 4-mana 5/6 with no drawback.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what they're trying to sell to me. Like,
Dude, they're trying to sell you the Dark Spear Berserker, dude. They're trying to sell her.
they're trying to sell me a used car is what they're trying to do.
Oh, we got a Happy Toad.
This is I want this car as a poster in my room.
Dude, we got a Happy Toad. It's a 2-mana 2/2 beast taunt. Battlecry, if you're holding a nature spell, gain +2 health. So it's like the old fucking adapt card that was a 2-mana adapt and then you would give it plus health, right?
I think so.
It was like a Druid card, right? It was a bear. It was like a little grizzly boy. It was a 2-mana 2/3 bear. That's a choose one +1 attack.
Yeah, got +1 attack or +1 taunt.
Yeah.
And this card's like, you know, it's better because it was a 2/4, and you'll probably always have a nature spell. And also with the taunt guy in Druid, you can play this guy for free on turn 2. You can play the taunt guy, he's free, and then bam.
Yeah, and he's a beast.
So if there's some kind of Druid tempo taunt deck that's not trying to go too big with the taunts, but it's more of an aggro deck, this card would fit right in. I could also see this being play in, like, you know, if Control Shaman ever becomes big, I assume a lot of the Control Shaman spells are going to be nature spells, and you can just play this on 2.
Is a toad really a beast? I thought toads were amphibians. And amphibians aren't beasts. I could be wrong.
Maybe. I mean, some of them toads in WoW be getting big, man.
Does anybody know, you Animal Planet lovers in chat? I don't think a toad can actually be classified as a beast. No, you are right, but wow. Hey, man, we have to talk about what matters.
Well, let's move on to a real beast then. Let's move on to the Heckle boy here, the Heckle Fang Hyena. The 2-mana 2/4 battle cry, deal 3 damage to your hero.
Dude, this card sucks.
I honestly think it might see play in Hunter some. We'll see, but it's. I mean, I don't know.
This is terrible.
Not great. Bruh.
Even the artwork on this card sucks.
Yeah. I
Great
mean,
Hunter
like
card. It will see play. What?
Yeah, I think in Hunter it'll see play. Because it's like this thing's going to survive a lot of the time on turn 2, and you just play the legendary, play attack, get the raptor. Like it could, like, I'm being serious. This card will see like at least a little bit of play probably. And then if Hunter's
it's just
not
a bad
good,
flame imp.
they're like 2 different cards.
What do you mean 2 different cards? They both do 3 damage to the hero. This one just has shittier stats and is a turn later.
What do you mean shittier stats? He has more stats than Flame.
Yeah, by 1. So if you balance this guy out and you take his 4 health and move it over to the attack by 1, he's technically a 3/3 for 2 mana that deals 3. But Flame Imp is a 1/3/2 that you can play a turn earlier. So if you were to take Flame Imp,
same kind of decks, bro.
And if you were to take Flame Imp and you were to increase his stats by +1 health and then make him a +1 mana does not make for 1 health. His stats suck.
Bro.
You're like, Rob, shut the fuck up.
No, you're fine. No, as I said, it's not like great, but it might see, it's like a good amount of stats for a 2-mana card.
Terrible.
Okay, we move on.
This can kill 2 Flame Imps. Okay.
Yeah, what is this Flame Imp's going to do on this one hyena? Nothing.
I think that card is bad, chat.
Heckle at him.
I think this card is bad. But then again, I'm not a Hunter player, so.
I mean,
2 mana. What happened?
I mean, it's another Flame Imp. Look at this card. It's just a 3/2.
Yeah, this is, oh my god. 2 mana 3/2 battle cry. If you control Murloc, gain +1/+1. So it's a 2 mana 4/3.
Nah, it's just gonna be a Flame.
It's just gonna be all right, it's a bad Flame Imp, chat. Moving along. All right, Kindling Elemental. 1 mana 1/2. Wow, worse than a Flame Imp. Next card.
In realistic, this card's pretty good, right?
Battle Cry, the next elemental you play costs 1 less.
So you can play like the Shaman 2/5 with Russian Wind Fury on turn 2. Or you can play like the Overload Elemental on turn 2 if you wanted to, I guess. I mean, it just seems fine. It's not like it's pretty good. It's just if elementals are good.
He's got an ET face, dude. He's got those wide eyes and like rimmed eyebrow areas and that short snout. This is a straight up ET elemental.
Yeah. ET elemental. All right, we're photoshopping the head of this thing on ET.
Yeah, it seems like
ET's head on this thing.
Yeah, it seems good. The fact that it's 1 less like period, not this turn, is what makes this card playable. If it was this turn, this card is like actually fucking dumpster fire trash. But the fact that it counts forever is good.
Yeah, that's really good.
This card's really cool. I like this card a lot. We'll be playing with it in basically every lookout watch post deck we can find. And it's a 7-mana 5/5 battle cry. Summon a 5/5 lookout for each watch post you've summoned this game. And we've seen 1 watch post so far. And we've got a couple more to cover. But yeah, that card is obviously an auto include into any watch post deck.
I can see it now. Rob's gonna put all 6 watch posts in his deck. Put this card, 2 Defender of Argus to give his things taunt, and
well, I was gonna play the Cutter Butter with the watch post because you can go. Don't laugh at me. You can go coin Cutter Butter watch post.
Yeah.
How is that bad? For 3 mana on turn 3, you get 2 watchtowers and a Cutter Butter.
I'll be honest, I'm more laughing at the Cutter Butter name. I can't believe they named a card Cutter Butter. Why is he not cutting butter in the picture?
I can promise you, every time anybody at any point in any Hearthstone game goes, "Damn it, Cutter Butter," somebody's gonna smirk on their face. Somebody in chat is gonna smirk. And the job of that card, the name of that card will have made its purpose with somebody smirking because of Cutter Butter. And somebody smirking. I mean,
if you're playing a watch post deck, this card is incredible, right? Like,
oh yeah, Battlescar is insane in a watch post.
But speaking of watch posts, let's go on and see the other 2 that we have coming up here.
Crossroads watch post. 4 mana, 4/6. Can't attack. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, give your minions +1/+1. Seems good.
I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. I think there could be some like aggro decks that just curve out at this, and then
these things are statted insane. Right? These abilities are insane, and their stat lines are insane.
I can't believe it's not Cutter Butter.
Almost spit out my water on that one. Another watch post. 3 mana, 3/5. Can attack. After your opponent plays a minion, summon a 2/2 grunt. We like this. This is another Watchtower. I'm looking forward to playing Watchtower of every single class.
This one's annoying because this one's just like, oh my goodness, I keep summoning minions and I keep getting him minions and.
Yeah, play spells, it buffs the towers. Play minion, and we summon minions. And if you play spells, we buff the minions that summoned through our minions from our Watchtower. Kill the Watchtowers, well, Battle Scar. Or Rally, summon more Watchtowers.
I'm very happy that these cards are playable. They seem playable because they do the effect on their own. I would have been, like, honestly, if you had told me something like this was becoming the Hearthstone, I'd be really afraid they do something like, well, this card does this if there's like another Watchtower on the field or something like that, you know? But they do it on their own, which is really cool.
Yeah. I can see the title of the YouTube video now. Rally Pally, but it's Rally the Watchtower.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you can rally them.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. 5 mana, 3/5. Frenzy. Give your other minions +2/+2. How do you feel?
Card's like really good, Broom. It's like, I think this card has potential. I don't really know exactly where, but
I'm thinking token decks.
I think so too. I think this card, because I think in token decks you're going to want to run Broom anyway. And a lot of those decks, and you just kind of shove this card as a top end, and then sometimes on turn 6 you've got a board, 3 minions on the board, and you play this in Broom, and it attacks and it buffs the Broom also. Seems pretty solid to me.
Yes, people were saying like aggro decks, like aggro Demon Hunter and stuff, but I just see this deck being played in any token deck. Totem deck, token deck, anything that revolves around playing a bunch of cheap things, and then you just play this guy with Broom.
It can be anything aggressive. I think you can like curve out of this.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems pretty solid. This is one of those neutrals that seems like this could steal out of play.
Well, also there, Quartermaster for Paladin was a 5 mana, but his stat line was a 2/5, and he gave all your silver hands +2/+2. This doesn't just do it to silver hands, and it's better stat line. So
I agree.
Horrid Operative, 3 mana, 3/4, battle cry, copy your opponent's secrets and put them into play.
I can't decide if this card's good or just like straight up trash. Like, I'm not sure.
Like, this is again one of those cards. Like, what was it? The pirate, like Hungry Crab and the Pirate Crab. That when you play a card in like this in your deck, it's inherently basically bad. But when you queue up and you hit a secret deck or any deck that plays secrets, and you play this, the card's like the best thing you could ever ask for, which is not. I don't like that being like a thing. You know what I mean? Because it feels shitty.
This card also is that like with the other secret cards, they deal with the problem. And this doesn't deal with the problem. So for this card to be effective against most of the secret decks, you need to be playing a deck that can also benefit from the secret decks. Like, you need to be a deck that's like playing similar to them, or playing a lot of minions or something, right?
Well, then you become the problem.
Like, I don't know if this actually does anything. Like,
well, what do you mean? So if you are at 0, you are no problem. Your opponent is at problem 2. You play this, you are now at problem 2, and your opponent's at problem 2. So then, theoretically, if both of you are at 2, you have no more problem.
Professor Shaq, I'm not good at math. All right.
You were on equal playing field, so therefore,
shooter.
It's the same thing with like a double negative. It cancels each other out. So
it only cancels them out if you're playing a deck that can benefit from them, right? Because like if you play against like a control deck will never play this because I don't know if a control deck will ever play it because it'll probably not be a deck that's playing a crap ton of minions. So like versus all the minion secrets, it's not going to do much. But maybe it works because all the secrets in standard revolve around a minion being on the board, so itself being a minion triggers a lot of them for yourself. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
It'll probably see no play, but hey, if secret mage, secret paladin, and like secret rogue are like some of the popular decks in the meta, right? Then we'll probably see this as like a one-of tech. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Yeah.
But it really just depends on what's on top. If there's no secret decks on top, there's literally no reason for this card to be on top.
Yep.
Protector. This card, I like this card a lot. 8 mana, 6/6 elemental, battle cry, draw your highest spell, and then summon a random minion with the same cost. So this is a very, very powerful card for neutral.
Yeah, it draws a card. The fact that it draws a card is pretty crazy.
Yes.
And I think you're going to be able to do some interesting things. Like, I've seen Hunter decks that play this with like the 10 mana Hunter card. I've seen, of course, Druid's got survival. I'm sure the alignment deck could play this to draw alignment if they didn't want to curve out at survival.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else is there? Shaman's got the 8 mana card that deals 3 to everything you gain life. Priest has got the Resurrect card, right?
They have mass res. I don't know if that's going to be around or what's around. Yeah. But yeah, this card can be literally found in any big deck. I mean, even like I guess you wouldn't really play this in Big Warrior.
Oh yeah, right. You can in Mage you can play this and get the card that you get an 8/8 for elementals you played last turn, and so you get a card off this and you get 2 8/8s next turn.
Grand finale.
Grand finale, yeah.
Yeah, this card has a bunch of uses, and it's gonna put a shit ton of stats on the board, and it's an elemental. So if you can like reduce this down with the other elemental homie, this is a 7 mana play, which is very, very powerful.
Yeah, I agree. This card's going to see a lot of play over multiple classes.
Yeah. Kazakis, new Kazakis. If your deck has no 4-cost cards, build a custom golem. So, I'll let you go first.
Only a couple of classes will be able to play it probably effectively. The classes it's going to be in probably can play it good. They're probably good in these classes, but they probably will only see play in like 3-4 classes, I'd say. Like specifically Rogue, Paladin, Warlock. I don't know what the other classes are that don't really have good 4-drops. Druid's not one of them because we have Overgrowth. Hunter has the new card. I guess you could run it Hunter if you wanted to. I don't know, really. Yeah,
it really just depends on which classes have which 4-drops and which decks within those classes are good. I mean, I don't think this is an overwhelmingly powerful card. To be honest, like the golems it gives you are good, but is it worth like you said, you never put this in a Druid deck because Overgrowth is just better than any golem you're gonna get.
I will say that the 5-mana golem is like very cost efficient for what it gets you. Now it can get you like basically any keyword, but like when you get like a 5/5 lifesteal that draws you 2 cards, or a 5/5 stealth that draws you 2 cards, or there's like a 5/5 one that buffs all your minions by 2, I think. The 5-mana one's like maybe the best of the golems. I'm not really sure, but from what I've seen, 5 mana is like pretty good.
Yeah, and it curves out into it, but it really will depend on, again, the class. Spirit Healer. 4 mana, 3/6. After you cast a holy spell, give a random friendly minion +2 health. I mean, it's a lot of stats.
It's a lot of stats. I mean, so this is like a Priest Pally card, right?
I mean, we saw how good the horse was. Literally saw 0 play.
I mean, maybe Paladin plays it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that great. It seems okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We literally had a horse that said something similar to this shit. It said give all minions +2 health, didn't it? Or was it just a singular minion? I don't know. I just know we have some fucking random horse card that sucks.
Yeah, the horse card that never made horse Paladin.
Yeah.
Or horse priest. Good.
Well, I'm just wow, you guys drunk? This card is great in Priest and Paladin.
I mean, do you need more stats in Priest and Paladin?
Spirit Healer +2 health.
I mean, there is a chance it could see play in Paladin, I think, or Priest. But like, if the horse didn't see play, this is probably not seeing play, right?
Yeah, the horse was like a fucking 4 mana 4/5 whenever you healed something or casted at something. I don't know. It gave it like everything you own plus I don't fucking know.
I actually think the Priest horse was like almost the same stat line. It was like 4 mana 2/6 or something. Or the Paladin horse was 4/5.
All right, we're speaking of this horse card. Where is this horse card? Let's just confirm that we don't know what we're talking about. Priest, where's the horse?
You're fine. I'll find the horse.
Right here, the horse, the light steed. Your healing effects also give affected minions +2 health. So every time you healed something, you got +2 health. This did it for everything, not just a single minion per spell.
It's also a 4-mana card, so I think Paladin could also just run Kazakis.
Like this card is just better than that card, and this card sees 0 play. So half of you didn't even know this card was a card in the game. All right, neutral or forged.
Yeah,
we are like at. We're almost done.
Generic Batman villain right here.
Razor Mane Raider, 5 mana, 5/6 frenzy, attack a random enemy. Honestly, doesn't seem that bad.
It doesn't seem that bad, honestly. It's going to get it's going 2-for-1 a lot, right? So
yeah.
This could see. I mean, Jandis, but
dude, so many good 5-drops.
Yeah, I mean, I could maybe see this card seeing some play, but I think you're gonna see it more through Jandis than anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is.
I'm just saying, he's a big boar with small daggers. He's better be packing something.
I'm telling you, dude, generic Batman villain. Like, nothing makes sense about him. He's a mutated. He's up there with Killer Croc and King Shark and all that. Like, he's just boar man.
Mandrick, 3 mana, 3/4. Battle cry. Help him find his wife.
help Ronak find his wife.
And then he finds his wife. Didn't make it, and then he gets Mandrick consumed by hatred, and then he's a 3/10 with. Does he have taunt? No, he's just a 3/10 that attacks immediately. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the card's pretty good. Like,
I think it's good, but yeah, that's about it. There's no but. I just think it's pretty good. Eventually,
I mean,
you play.
It's a good set of 3 mana minion like that. Slower decks or like even aggro decks could play this if they need a 3 minion. It's not bad stats, and you cast a free card from your deck when you draw it that gets you at 3/10 that does the 3 damage face. So I think more up tempo decks could play it very easily, and then the late game, oh, random 3 damage with a minion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, seems good.
It's
It's funny that they put that quest in here.
Yeah. He has like 4 quests in a while. I mean, he had, like there's help find his wife. He didn't find his wife. He goes crazy. He goes on like a slaughtering spree and tries to kill a bunch of people or something. It's like stop him and but like the hunter card is like pretty good in hunter. The only thing is they did state today that the card does not have a mana cost while in the deck, but when if it somehow ends up in your hand, it's a 3 mana card. So you can't pull the card like off the legendary, like the hunter legendary or anything like that. But hunter will just like put this in their deck and they draw the card, boom, 3 damage face. So we got 3 more left.
2 mana, 2/3 frenzy. Add a random spell from your class to your hand. It's a card that does things.
That's probably the best way to describe it. It's a card that does things.
Blade Master Samara. I think this card's nuts.
This card's crazy, right? Like this card's like very, very good.
I think this card is completely and utterly nuts. This works with Apotheosis. This works with any sort of like buffing card to this. Like, there's no downside to this bad boy.
Like even on some boards, dealing 1 to everything is gonna be fine. But man, like that, like even I could shove this in Druid and play the +2/+3 spell, and it does 3 to everything, and then it's like a 3/9 with taunt. Like,
yeah, it seems like AOE is very abundant in this meta. It seems like there's a lot.
Random card ever though. He's a samurai org. Like,
he's a blade master. What do you mean? He's Samaro. You've never heard of him?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I think that's it. Shadow Hunter has been out. So
he's been out. Yeah. Man.
Wow.
4
we
hours.
covered all of the classes and all of the cards, and it only took us 4 hours and 10 minutes. Thank you for joining me, Kraken.